Check, check, check.
Welcome to Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
Portsmouth, Ohio. Greenup County comes in with a 10-8 record. The Jackson Ironmen still spotless at 9-0, but they're going to have to, I'm sure, play well against a program that Dan, as we know, they play a lot of baseball games in Kentucky more than they do in Ohio, and plus Greenup County. I'm not sure what year it was. I do know that on their resume they have a state championship not all that long ago.
Very impressive. Good-looking group of athletes we've seen in the warm-ups. And Pete Wilson, they have a total of 18 games under their belt already. Now our Ironmen come in with a 9-0 record. Very gaudy and very impressive right now, trying to get to win number 10. But Greenup played 9 total games in the month of March. Jackson opened up their season on March 28th and played 1 game in March. So they have a longer season. Obviously in Kentucky allows them to play, and I think we figured they can play 31 games on their season. That's a lot of baseball to get in, especially as challenging as this spring weather has been. But they come in with that 10-8 record. They've won their last 3 in a row. So very solid baseball program, and it should be a good one today. And this is a game right before Jackson is going to take off for their spring trip down to Myrtle Beach, where they'll play 4 times. But it's a little bit of a mixture of a lineup today, as it's our 5th straight game. So the pitching staff has been pretty well depleted this week. It'll be interesting to see our depth tonight.
Once again, the Ironmen will, because of that situation, will have their depth challenge, and against, as we said, what we expect to be a very, very tough foe in the Musketeers. Well, we're just about ready to have the national anthem, the players lining up on their respective baselines next to their dugouts. The Ironmen defense taking their defensive positions. And so we will take a 2-minute break while the national anthem is playing, and when we come back, we'll have baseball. Okay, we're back here at Dick Sparky Haller Field. National anthem has been played. And first we want to acknowledge Stockroom 601 right here in Jackson, 601 East Main Street. That is our sponsor for pregame and postgame. And tell you what, Dan, I know you know this firsthand. Chef Sean out there has really beefed up the menu out there, open for lunch and dinner many days of the week.
Great menu, good place to go eat. We really enjoyed it just the other night. You all should also, and we appreciate them sponsoring our pregame, and they also sponsor our postgame interview with Coach McGraw.
All right, and speaking of conditions, in case you're holed up inside somewhere, we are already in the mid-70s, Dan, and a factor, the sun is kind of a partly cloudy day. The sun is shining high right now. However, The biggest factor may be that wind again.
Wind is blowing straight out right field.
Right.
So we have seen some shots that direction. If you can lift one up in the air once again, it could be a benefit.
Right. The weatherman in my phone says wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusts up to maybe 30 miles per hour. That's pretty windy. And the wind is blowing to the south and to the west. And when it's blowing to the west, that means it's blowing out. And as you said, also towards right field.
A lot of new faces out there in the Ironman lineup, Pete, if you want to go over that. But Easton McGraw going to get the start today. Our normal third baseman, senior Easton McGraw, valedictorian. Knew he was capable of pitching, but this is our first time to get to see him actually do it.
All right, well, Jensen Green is behind the plate again. Of course, Noah Ernst nursing that hamstring injury, close to being able to play, but not in the starting lineup. Green is the catcher. Over at first base, as usual, is Gavin Jones. A little bit of a change over at second base is Bodie Wooford. Normally, we see him pitching or out in the outfield. Shortstop, as always, is Ryan Simets. Over at third base, because McGraw is on the mound, is Tucker Williams. He switches over from his normal infield position of second base. In the outfield, it is Eli Ray out in left field. Out in center field, as normal, Nolan Johnson. And in right field, we have a new face in Austin Seymour.
Sawyer Hatfield, their second baseman, shook the hands of the home plate umpire, and he's about ready to step in. So we're just about ready for baseball, Mr. Wilson.
Right, and Easton McGraw, normal starter at third base. I think this may be his first pitching experience of the year, but as we said, the Ironmen have played 5 games in a row from last Tuesday, and the first pitch, an off-speed pitch, hangs just a little bit outside for ball 1.
Raylan Wyatt is already warming up in the bullpen, not because of issues for Easton, but I think it's just going to be one of those games where a couple innings here and there for each pitcher for Coach McGraw.
Right, could be by committee today, given how many games the Ironmen have played. We'll review what's happened here since our last home game here in just a moment. The 1-1 pitch to McGraw is hit foul for strike 2. Ironmen, of course, here on Tuesday, defeated Washington Courthouse, came from behind and won an exciting game 5-4. Then they beat Courthouse the next night at Courthouse 4-3. Then the Ironmen went to Wheelersburg, won 4-1, and last night 13-2 in 5 innings against St. Trace. And there's a hard grounder foul by the Greenup coach down there in the coaching box, so the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Probably one of the best starts in Jackson baseball history at 9-0. Will be really interesting if they can get that 10th win before they head south.
Easton takes the long look in. Here is your 1-2 pitch. And that is a hard line drive between the second baseman and first baseman into right field. And so Sawyer Hatfield starts the Musketeers off with a leadoff hit. This will bring up the shortstop, Casey Gammon. Rylan Wyan, who is expected to see some action today, also pitched on Friday night against Zane Trace in a game that was shortened to 5 innings. So they figure that he's got some innings in him. He pitched well in that Zane Trace game, coming in relief of Eli Ray. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Noah Ernst, as we said, the Ironman starting catcher, normally out of the lineup. Dealing with recovering from a hamstring injury, said to be close, but did not get to start today. Possibly could pinch hit. Pitch is down low and away for ball 2.
Talk about a luxury Coach McGraw has where you lose one of the very top players, possibly the top catcher in all the southeastern part of Ohio, and Noah Ernst for a game or 2, and you get to put Jensen Green in there, who's just been doing a great job for this Ironman team.
Pitch is low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
Whether he plays right field, second base, catcher, he's been able to be plugged in just about anywhere.
Right. I understand he also had a big hit in that Zane Trace game, which was close until the Ironmen broke it up in the 5th inning, or the 4th. I'm not sure which it was, but it was a close game until then. That pitch, they say, is low for ball 4. And so the first 2 runners have reached for Greenup County, and that will bring up Ty Logan, the third baseman. And we're going to have a conference now as Coach Morgan Williams goes to the mound to talk to the senior right-hander, Easton McGraw.
Greenup coach Steve Logan now is going to huddle up with his batter and 2 base runners, but the first 2 are on, nobody out yet. Bit of a tough situation for Easton here in the first inning.
Also reviewing what has already happened at Wheelersburg, Dan, an impressive win down there. Wheelersburg state ranked going into this week. I think that they have 3 losses now, but the Ironmen ahead in that one from the get-go, won 4-1. Bodie Wolford with a strong pitching performance once again.
You know, that was a nice little come from behind, not a come from behind win, but a get back win. Remember last year, Wheelersburg beats us 1-0 up here at Sparky Haller Field, and that was kind of a heartbreaker. And it was nice to go down to Berg and pull a win out.
Well, you know, a lot of these athletes play more than one sport, and there's quite a rivalry between the two schools.
Yes, there is.
Conference is over. Ty Logan, he bats from the left-hand side. He's got a big chance here to get his team off to a good start. 2 runners on and nobody out. Pitch to McGraw. Nice. Nope, I guess it was a little outside. Ball 1. Thought he had a nice pitch on the corner there.
Well, we know Easton has an excellent arm, and we've seen it for a couple years here in a row, but fielding from third base.
Right, well, when you're over there on the hot corner, you have to be able to make those long throws across the diamond. Tucker Williams in that slot today in this reshuffled lineup. 1-0 pitch. A little bit inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
We talk about Jensen Green's flexibility. Tucker Williams, I will say, probably could play all 9 positions if you needed him to.
Boy, it is quite a blessing when you have that versatility. You have players who can go into different positions. Pitch a little outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Not missing by much
close.
on some of those.
Yeah, he's awful close on these. They're probably going to make him start throwing strikes before they swing much, though.
On a 3-0 pitch, let's see what the number 3 hitter does. Squares to bunt and takes a strike. I think he was probably taking all the way, trying to distract Easton by showing bunt. 3 balls and 1 strike. I'm sure he's ready to swing now on 3-1. Called strike 2. Ty took 1 step towards first base and has to come back. The count goes full. In that Zane Trace game, Eli Ray started on the mound, and as we said, Rylan Wyatt came in. Zane Trace, Dan, 9-2, so it wasn't like we were playing the Sisters of the Poor last night either.
We're building up a pretty impressive resume so far this season. Obviously, an undefeated team will do that, and we play, as Coach McGraw has said, a very competitive schedule.
That's part of his philosophy. McGraw fakes a throw back towards there, but Hatfield was pretty alert back there. He wasn't that far off the bag.
Easton just letting him know he's there and aware of him.
Big pitch coming. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Nobody out in the top half of the first for Greenup County. Hatfield is running, swing and a miss, and Hatfield had a good jump down at third base, and the trail runner also steals. So a big strikeout there for Easton McGraw, but Sawyer Hatfield moves up to third with a stolen base. Casey Gammon gets an uncontested steal at second base. Hatfield had such a good jump on that Jensen Green really didn't have any throw to make.
Thought best of it because he had it stolen easy.
Here's Gavin Ray, the first baseman, another left-handed hitter.
Lefties in the 3rd and 4th spot in the order there, batting 3rd and 4th.
That one sails wide for ball 1.
As we mentioned, their wind, when it's going to gust, it's going from left to right field. It's going to be an advantage for somebody to lift one up in the right field direction.
Outfield swung around a little bit to the right because of the left-handed hitter. Nice curveball. What did they call that?
Yeah, I think it called it coming off the hand of the umpire as he's walking it off and
the umpire got stung by that
off.
one.
Yeah.
They did call it a strike.
He's walking all the way over to the dugout. Jason Crawford's going to take a look to him there.
Yeah, they had that stuff in the major leagues where they
freeze it a little bit.
Right, so hope Jason has some of that.
He's tending to it's his left hand.
Oh, hey, listen, it's somebody we know, Mike Queen behind the plate.
Mike Queen behind the
plate.
plate.
Good old Mike from Oak Hill. He's done a lot of umpiring, basketball officiating. I don't know whether he does football, but very familiar officiating face in Jackson County and beyond.
Well, he's teamed up with Keith Wilson and Tommy McNerlin, a couple Hall of Famers in the officiating business. This is a pretty good group.
Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Gavin Ray, a big left-handed batter. 1-1 pitch. Tries to sneak that curveball on the outside corner. It stays a little bit off the plate for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 on. Runners on third and second. 1 man out. Count is 2-1 to the cleanup hitter Gavin Ray. Top half of the first, no score. And that ball is hit in the air. Shortstop goes out. Simon's going back. He's got it, and he's going to make the throw back to third. Hatfield thought about trying to tag up, but Simons had to backpedal. But Simons makes the play very wisely, looks Hatfield back, and then even throws behind him, but Hatfield is back easily. And Easton McGraw has come back to get the 3 and 4 hitters out.
Runners still in scoring position, but now there are 2 outs. A great job there. Nice play by Ryan Simets, and they must respect his arm, because I'm a little surprised they didn't make him at least make the throw and send the runner.
He didn't have the momentum going his way because he was backpedaling. Nice curveball dropped in by Easton McGraw. Hunter Holbrook is the center fielder. He bats from the right side. Greenup County trying not to let a great opportunity to score get away from them here in the first inning. First 2 men reached. They're at third and second, but since then 2 outs have been recorded. Nice pitch on the outside corner, a fastball, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. Easton McGraw battling back. Easton looks in. He has the advantage of being ahead, 0-2. Let's see what he does. How he steps off. Batter steps out, now back in. Outfield playing deep. Infield straight away. 0-2 pitch.
Oh, good curveball there.
It moved a lot. We could see that, and the batter was able to spoil it, fouling it down towards the Jackson dugout. The Ironmen, Dan, will be going to Myrtle Beach. Some of them may be going as soon as today. They have to be there Monday. They will then play 4 games in 4 days starting on Tuesday.
What a thrill for families, players, coaches, everybody involved.
0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 across the letters. I don't think Hunter Holbrook agreed, but that is the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning for Greenup County, a promising inning, and turns up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no Jackson errors, 2 runners left on base at the end of the first half inning of play. The Greenup County Musketeers 0, the Jackson Ironmen coming to bat. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Get their first turn at bat. They will be swinging against a tall right-hander named Colin Alexander. The Musketeers, in case, well, I guess nobody's on the radio anymore, but they're dressed in bright green jerseys, very attractive.
Good color contrast. You know, we talk about it, we joke even with Morgan a little bit, but when Morgan Williams takes that walk out there just to talk to the pitcher to settle him down, Easton gave up a single, then a walk, 2 on, nobody out. Morgan goes and talks to him, 1, 2, 3, 2 of those being strikeouts. What a job by the senior third baseman / pitcher today to get out of an inning that certainly looked like it had a lot of promise for Greenup.
That was a great job by Easton McGraw after his back was against the wall. Yeah, these uniforms for Greenup County, they remind me of the Oakland A's and the Parkview Parakeets, Dan.
More so the Oakland A's.
Oh, all right, okay. Here is Jensen Green. He's going to lead off as the catcher behind him because the lineup looks a little bit different here with the different defensive alignment. It'll be Jensen Green catching. He normally does not lead off. Ryan Simons, who normally does lead off, is in the 2 spot. Nolan Johnson is in the 3 spot at center field. If anything else happens, it'll be Gavin Jones at first base. Tucker Williams, the third baseman. Bodie Wolford, the second baseman. Austin Seymour in right field. Easton McGraw, the pitcher. And then Rylan Wyant, who is the designated hitter for the left fielder, Eli Ray.
Garrett Legg nursing a bit of an injury. They're hoping not to play him. Obviously, Noah Ernst trying to get him through what looked to be a hamstring issue from the last time we saw him play. Some new faces out there. Rylan Wyant getting a chance to be the DH and probably going to see him on the mound before too long. He's going to get an opportunity to pitch again today.
Right.
Ashton Seymour out in right field. Good young player for Ironman.
Right. This is, when you play more games, it also gives you a chance to see more players. You need them, and you're going to need to, build that depth and also even think ahead to future seasons. Here is Jensen Green, the catcher. Been had a chance to show what he can do because of the injury to Ernst, and he has really been marvelous so far in the field and behind and at the plate. First pitch to Jensen is just a little bit high from Colin Alexander, ball 1.
You know what we also don't know, Greenup's pitching situation. If they've had games all week long too, we just don't know their pitching depth also. We might see a lot of different pitchers today's game.
That's called a little bit low, ball 2, I guess. But Coach Josh McGraw, a big believer in playing as many games as you can. He says you will get better the more games you play. So don't worry about getting tired. You just need to play to get better. So we'll see what that does for Greenup County. There's a fly ball into center field. The center fielder, though, is in his tracks almost. Jensen Green gave it a pretty good ride, but it stays in the park for the center fielder. So that is out number 1.
Well, now that you're a month into the season pretty much, let's be honest, too, games are a lot more fun than practice.
Absolutely.
And it's certainly more conducive to getting better.
More often than not, you're playing a game rather than practicing. They'll even maybe give a team a day off on practice if they stay busy. Here's Ryan Simons, the shortstop, and he swings away, and I believe it's going to be out of play to the right. The first baseman comes over, and it goes off the roof of the dugout. So here's your trivia question. It's the jelly bean question. It doesn't mean anything, but we're killing time here. How many baseball games do they start off with new baseballs every game at the high school level?
Well, I don't know that answer. About 25, I'm going to guess.
12. They have others they can go get, but they start off with 12.
Okay.
Now you know.
I'll bet they're in the locked building there by our dugout door. I'll bet there's extra in there.
There are. And there's a bouncer. Third baseman has it. Long throw over the diamond, and the first baseman, nice play, scooping it up. Good play on both ends there. There was a chopper. The third baseman had to jump to get it, and then he had to make a throw, which was low, but the first baseman made a nice ice cream scoop over there for the out. 2 outs, and here is Nolan Johnson, the center fielder.
Seems like we hit 12 off the Huron Street pavement every game anyway. You're going to need a lot of baseballs.
Right. They are not souvenirs if you get them now.
Yes.
That pitch is outside, ball 1. They would.
Beautiful day down here at Sparky Howler Field. If you're sitting watching us, thank you. If you got the urge, come down and watch these Ironmen play. They're going to be away for a week. There's a hard hit.
Hard ground ball between the shortstop and third baseman, and Nolan Johnson gets the Ironman's first hit. It comes with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first. And here is number 11, the first baseman, Gavin Jones, one of the Ironmen's seniors that certainly are looked to lead this team to glory this year. So far, so good, of course, running in first place right now, Dan, in the Frontier Athletic Conference. At least 1 game ahead of Miami Trace, who has lost 1. And we know Courthouse is going to be right in there, and they've lost 2 heartbreakers to our Ironmen. Alexander, Nolan Johnson getting a good lead over there. The catcher looks that way after the pitch, which was outside for ball 1.
Well, it's been going on 2 years since Jackson's lost a game in the Frontier Athletic Conference, Pete. Undefeated last year, clean slate 10-0. They got the gold ball. They were honored at one of the basketball games. That was neat to have the baseball team out there.
Quick throw over to first. Johnson gets back, saw it coming. 2 outs, 1 runner on. Johnson with a 2-out single. And there's a hard grounder. Third baseman's got a backhand. He makes the long throw over to first base. Did they get him?
Oh,
he's out. Oh,
wow,
close play over
close
there. I tell you, give that third baseman some credit. Let me say his name. That would be Logan. Let's see. That would be Ty Logan over there. That was a nice play.
He bobbled it for a second.
He bobbled
it.
But
he rifled it over there.
And then he had to make the long throw. And, I mean, it was on a line over there. Just did nip Gavin Jones. So in the inning for the Ironmen, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. There was 1 runner left on base. We played 1 inning here in this non-conference game. It's Jackson 0, Greenup County 0. This is the Jackson Ironmen baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
We go to inning number 2 here at Howler Field. 0-0 so far between these 2 non-conference foes. It's the Greenup County Musketeers up for the second time. It will be the 5, 6, 7 hitters. The 6, 7, 8 hitters for Greenup County. Big threat in the first was held off as Easton McGraw, after letting the first 2 runners on a single and a walk. They actually moved over to third and second with 1 out. He was able to record 2 outs against 2 of the top hitters on the team to get out of the inning unscathed. It'll be Luke Boggs, the catcher, leading off for Greenup County here in inning number 2. And there's a deep fly to left field. It's going to go back. It's off the wall. It's in fair territory. Ray brings it in, but a stand-up double for Luke Boggs. Boy, they could have used that in the last inning, Dan, with runners on base. As it is, it's a leadoff double for the Musketeers.
Hit into the wind a little bit to left field and about halfway up the big black tarp there for the left field fence, but fielded nicely out there for the Ironmen. Getting it back there quickly was Eli Ray, who was our left fielder today.
Colin Alexander is the batter. He is the pitcher. Interestingly enough, bats from the left-hand side, even though he's a right-hander on the mound. Simon's trying to keep the runner close at second base. The pitch is a little outside for ball 1, and now Jensen Green calls time and wants to go out and have a conference there with Easton and McGraw. Maybe have something to do with the signs with a runner at second. Maybe not. Wind definitely blowing out as we look at the United States flag there on the track facility just over the left center field fence.
And now a little
pick it up a little bit.
A little more toward dead center field.
Yeah, that's the way it looks. That pitch is down low, and they're going to try to get the third base.
They got a play on him.
They got him at third base, and probably ill-advised trying to go there. They didn't get very far away from Jensen Green, and a good throw and tag was going to get him, and that's exactly what they got.
Well, that Jensen, just another great fielding play there. Found the ball quickly and got it down. Good tag by Tucker Williams, and that eliminates a runner in scoring position. Boy, you hate to run somebody out from second base when there's nobody out in the inning, but they did, so the Ironmen catch a break. Let's see if we can take advantage.
Pitch was called a ball, and that was inside, nearly hit him, so it goes to ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Pitch is called strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Umpire playing in pain today. He's all wrapped up that left hand that got hit the last inning with a foul tip.
3-1 pitch coming to Alexander, and that is hit in the air. Right fielder, the second baseman goes out, got it. Boy, Bodie Wolford, he's not used to playing second base, but he played that very well. Had to keep backpedaling. The right fielder was coming in, but Bodie called him off, and he made the play. It was not an easy play at all.
Bodie covered some ground there, and on a windy day, those are not easy. Made a nice stab at that one to get 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on. That's a break.
It is. This will bring up Kyler Robinson. He is the designated hitter, and he swings right through that off-speed pitch for strike 1. Ooh, a nice curveball dropped in there. That looked like that dropped off the table, Dan. Strike 2.
Nice job getting ahead of the hitter here. He's their DH, so that's his strength here is batting.
Just off the outside corner with a fastball, it looked like this time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McGraw takes the long look in. The count is 1-2. Pitch coming. Curveball hit right at the second baseman. Bodie fields this cleanly. Easy throw over to first. And the Musketeers are retired again. In the inning for the Musketeers. No runs, 1 hit, no Jackson errors, nobody left on base in the middle of the second. It's still the Jackson Ironmen 0, the Greenup County Musketeers 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball. You're listening and watching on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom half of the second inning, the Ironmen get their second chance against Colin Alexander and the Musketeers. It will be Tucker Williams, the third baseman, Bodie Wolford, the second baseman, and then Ashton Seymour, who is playing right field.
Well, I tell you what, Coach McGraw has to be very pleased with his son/pitcher today, getting through 2 innings. Now I think everything's a bonus, as he was going to try to just piece together the pitching all through the innings, but I would think you'd go with Easton another inning or 2.
Well, it's a combination of, you are trying to try different players and build your depth, see what you have, and also, of course, you always want to win the game.
You want to win the game.
Here is Tucker Williams, the third baseman, switching from second to third this time. And there's a hard grounder right at the third baseman, who's played so well so far. Throw over to first, got him.
Wow, he has been solid, hadn't he?
Maybe we ought to hit the ball somewhere else.
Well, the thing is, all 5 hitters for Jackson have hit the ball fairly well. It's been right at different players. Nolan Johnson got the hard hit between third and shortstop, but every other hit's been hit pretty well. Let's see if Bodie can get it going here.
Bodie Wolford, of course, played a lot as a sophomore, and Dan, he has progressed as a baseball player too, hitting more this year. He's up in the lineup and also has already proven himself to be a good pitcher.
He's had 2 good outings for the Ironmen so far this season.
He has, and that first pitch has got a good cut at it and fouls it back at the screen. Ironmen will not return here to Sparky Haller Field until the week after next, as they will be in Myrtle Beach. I believe they're playing Tuesday through Friday, 4 games. No, 4 games, all single games. Our softball team, we already found out, are playing 3 doubleheaders, so they'll get in 6 games. Pitch is inside. That was a fastball.
Count. Our ultra successful softball team, I think 11-2 on the season.
Well, I tell you what, I had a lot of fun joining you for that broadcast.
Wasn't that fun? They're fun to watch.
They are. They are a happy team. And it's easier to be happy when you're 11-2.
Yes, it is.
Count to Bodie is up. That last pitch was high, so he is on top of the count. 3 balls and 1 strike.
You put both teams together, Pete, our spring sport teams to follow. There's a shot.
And that third baseman's not going to get that one. He spanks one about like Nolan Johnson did in the first inning, a hard grounder between short and third. That is the Ironmen's second hit, and the Ironmen have a 1-out base runner in junior Bodie Wolford.
You know, with our 9-0 baseball team, our 11-2 girls softball team, we've been able to follow teams that are now 20-2 over this part of the spring.
All right, we don't mind being along for the ride, do we?
Not at all.
Ashton Seymour, the right fielder, gets a chance. Not sure how much he's played varsity ball this year, but on the home games, I don't think we've seen him before, so he's getting an opportunity today. First pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Quick throw over there, but Bodie is not very far off the bag.
1 out, 1 on. Once again, all 6 Ironmen have hit the ball soundly. We've got 2 of those have resulted into hits.
Seymour starts to swing, may have held back, but it doesn't matter. It's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch is high and away. Ball 2 throws down. The catcher throws behind Bodie, but Bodie gets back in standing up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Looks like their catcher, Dan's got a good arm.
Boy, that was a perfect throw down. Right at the plate, down low. Could have put the tag on, but Bodie did get back quick enough.
And there's a chopper foul. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alexander's not struck out anybody. He has not walked anybody. I believe this McGraw has not struck. He has struck out 1 and walked 1.
2 actually.
Struck out 2 and walked 1.
Strikeouts.
That's right.
Each pitcher's given up a couple hits, but no runs in this contest yet.
And Seymour turns on a off-speed pitch inside, but hits it way foul. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. That ball is hit into right field.
That's going to be hard to get to.
It drops in front of the right fielder. Bodie Wolford, of course, had to wait to see if the ball was going to be caught. It was not, and Ashton Seymour has a pop fly single over the first baseman's head and in front of the right fielder. And so the Ironmen have 2 on with 2 base hits, back-to-back by Bodie Wolford and Ashton Seymour, and this will bring up the pitcher Easton McGraw with a chance to help himself. Ironmen now have 3 base hits, all singles. Swing, and I think he got a piece of it, but it's strike 1, swing and a miss.
Looks like a big hole there between shortstop and third base, Pete, with the shortstop trying to hold Bodie on there, keep him a little closer. That's where 2 of our 3 hits have gone, right, hit hard right in that area.
0-1 pitch to Easton. Curveball in there. Nice pitch there from Mr. Alexander. No balls and 2 strikes.
Took some speed off that one, didn't he?
Right, Alexander in a little bit of a pickle, and he could use an out or 2 right now to keep the Ironmen off the scoreboard. McGraw got a good cut at it, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains, no balls and 2 strikes. Bodie Wolford out at second base. Ashton Seymour on at first. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the second in a scoreless game between the Ironmen and the visiting Greenup County Musketeers. Line drive. No, it's a bouncer to the the shortstop. They throw to second and get the force. And sliding in hard at second base was Ashton Seymour. It did not allow the second baseman to even make a throw. So Chopper, Easton McGraw is on a fielder's choice. Ashton Seymour was running hard. He was forced at second base, 6-4. Down to third base goes Bodie Wolford, and so there are 2 outs, still 2 men on. They're on the corners, and Rylan Wyant will get a chance to bat with 2 outs and a chance to put his team ahead.
Our Florida baseball buddy Steve Lloyd watching again today.
Good old.
Just sent me a picture of the screen, the picture that they show that he's getting to look at. It's a great production, isn't it?
Oh my, okay. Well, I believe that wasn't he a right-hander for Coach Haller?
Oh yes, he was.
On that, there was some good players on that senior team in the class of '71.
And a good three-point shooter in basketball before there was a three-point line.
Right. In Jackson, we called it the Lloyd line.
Yes.
Here is Rylan Wyant, the designated hitter. And he bats from the left-hand side. Opportunity now for the Ironmen.
Got him on the corners. There are 2 outs.
There's 2 outs. The infield, of course, will play it straight away. They just need 1 out. Outfield looks like they're swung out just a little bit towards right. Curveball just inside. I think Alexander wanted that call.
He stared it down, didn't he?
1 ball and no strikes. Steps off towards third, then back towards first to maybe catch the runner on first napping, but Easton was having none of it. Pitches over his head for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitches inside and low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. So 1 pitch away from putting Wyant on, and that would load the bases. Nice curveball, 3 balls and 1 strike. Looked like Wyant was taking, which you would almost expect in this situation.
Jensen Green on deck. Hoping for an opportunity here.
3-1 pitch coming. And it's hit on the ground to the second baseman. He bobbles it, quickly recovers, throws over to first for the out. So luckily for Greenup County, that bobbled ground ball was to the second baseman. Plenty of time to recover and throw Wyant out at first base. So the Ironmen threaten but do not score. No runs, 2 base hits. No Greenup errors, 2 men left on base. At the end of 2 innings of play, we've had runners on base, but we have no score. It's the Ironmen nothing and the Greenup County Musketeers nothing. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom prices. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
The left-hander, didn't know that.
Top of the third inning in the Ironman. We're going to have a little different look. We're going to have Raylan Wyatt now is going to head to the mound. Nice job of pitching to start this game out by Easton McGraw as he gets through 2 innings. No runs, gave up a couple of hits. Both leadoff hitters got hits off of him, so he pitched out of a little bit of difficulty each inning, but got through it. And the score stands after 2 at 0-0. We have Raylan Wyatt once again going to the mound. Easton will take his place back on third base. That'll move Tucker Williams over to second. Bodie Woodford will go from second back to left field, more of their normal positions. Ashton Seymour will stay in right field. And the Ironmen are ready to face the number 9 hitter in the lineup for Greenup. That'll be Gage Lamarck. He is their left fielder. Nice job by Easton McGraw. Did just exactly what Coach McGraw wanted. Gave him a couple innings. Now he's hoping for the same out of Raylan Wyatt.
Yeah, Ryland pitched against Zane Trace. I'm not sure how many innings. I know that Eli Ray started that. Ryland came on and finished it up and did not throw as much as they thought he might in that game because it was shortened to 5 innings.
The lefty's first pitch is popped up in the air, but it'll be out of play. Just missed a car on Huron Street.
Boy, if you're tooling down Huron Street and that ball bounces right in front of your car, that can be a little startling.
Better than bouncing right on the front of your hood.
That's right. Maybe a $500 souvenir. That's probably on the light side.
That curveball hangs high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the third inning. Beautiful day here at Sparky Howler Field. A little breezy, but the sun is out. There's a foul tip right back at us on the screen.
Ryland, of course, is he the little brother or cousin of Ramey?
Yes, and
which one?
Grandfather Raymond sitting in the stands, I know celebrated a birthday this week, so he's getting to really enjoy. Boy, there's a shot in the gap. That's in left center field. Chased down in there by Nolan Johnson, but it will be a double to start this third inning. That'll be the second double of the game for Greenup. They led off a double in the last inning, and we got them out.
Turned on that one, the number 9 hitter, so that's a good start for Greenup County. They'll go back to the top of the order now.
Sawyer Hatfield, he had a single, a stolen base in the top of the first inning, but no runs scored. Third straight inning, Greenup has had a leadoff hitter either get on by a hit. Single in the first, double in the second, now a double here in the third with nobody out. Hatfield, the second baseman. Ryland takes a look, comes to the plate. There shows a bunt, but it gets in front of Jensen Green. Runner will stay at second base. That will be a ball. Guess in a 0-0 game, you might want to just get the base runner over to third. There is a bunt attempt right in front of the plate. Jensen Green with the fielding, the good throw. Ends up down to Tucker. He makes the catch. We get one out, but it is a successful sacrifice bunt.
That was a good play by Jensen Green there.
Yes, it was.
That ball kind of died there. He had to pick it up and then make that throw. It looked like Hatfield got down that line pretty good, trying to turn a sacrifice bunt into a single.
Now we have one out, runner on third. Casey Gammon fouls it, but there's a play on it. Nice job there by Gavin Jones, makes the catch, and boy, is that a big out. Once again, leadoff double. Let's hope we can get him stranded. Ty Logan, who's been the fielding star for Greenup, he's the third baseman, batting third. He did strike out his first time up, but a runner on third with 2 outs now. The lefty Rylan Wyatt comes at him, and that looks like a strike. that doesn't get called a strike. Ball one. Gage Lamarck on third base. There are 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Fastball by Ryland. Facing the third hitter in their lineup, Ty Logan. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball that hangs way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, man on third. That lollipop curve comes over the plate. Took a lot off that one, didn't he?
He did. Logan just could do nothing but stand and watch. Hit the corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And there is a foul tip, and it will stay foul.
Tried another slow curve. Definitely had Logan out in front, but he did stay alive with a foul tip.
Still 2-2 with 2 outs. Wynn going straight out center field, and there's a pitch going to be called just a little bit low and inside. We got a full count. This is their third hitter. Obviously, bases are open in front of the runner on third. Gage Lamarck on third. 2 outs, full count. And it will be a walk. Now they have him on the corners. 2 outs, cleanup hitter Gavin Roy. He had a fly ball in that first inning. One that Ryan Simets really chased back from his second shortstop position to make a nice play on.
Lefty against lefty here. See if that's to Wyant's advantage.
Throws over to Gavin Jones at first base just to get the runner back a little closer. Swing and a miss. The 0-1 coming to Gavin Roy, their first baseman. Curve ball hangs just a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Green led off the inning with a double. Sacrifice bunt got him to third, but he's been stuck there after a pop-up and a walk. That pitch is high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Throw over to first again. Runner is back easily, but
Wyant, of course, the left-hander, has the advantage of looking straight at first base.
Fouled back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs once again. Ironman trying to pitch their way out of somewhat trouble each inning so far. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a great job by Ryland Wyant to once again pinch the Ironmen out of somewhat of trouble. Left the runner on third base. He did give up a leadoff double, had a walk involved there, but once again, after 2.5 innings, Greenup 0, the Jackson Ironmen 0. We'll be back in just 1 minute with more Jackson Ironmen baseball.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerlin Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christ Church in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerlin Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000. Have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerlin Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to egg my yard.
Bryan Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Bryan Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Bryan Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Good news, bad news so far in this baseball game, Pete Wilson. The Ironman pitching has been outstanding, even though they've let Greenup lead off with a hit each inning, but they've pitched themselves out of some trouble with some very key strikeouts. The Ironmen, on the other hand, no runs. This is bad news. No runs after 2 innings, but all 9 batters hit the ball fairly soundly, so we're back to the top of the order. We have Jensen Greenup, and let's see if we can get something going on in a 0-0 game. First pitch to Jensen is a swing and a miss.
Part of it, Dan, is Greenup County has made some good plays defensively out there when the Ironmen have batted that ball.
Yes, they have.
They've not opened up any doors with defensive miscues.
We've hit a couple shots down the third baseline, and their third baseman is fielded nicely. The 0-1 to Jensen is fouled back. Quickly an 0-2 count. Jensen had a fly out in the first inning. Ryan Simets, Nolan Johnson will follow him. Bottom of the third inning. That pitch is a little outside. Jensen's made a couple of really good plays from the catcher position already in this contest. Foul ball down the first base side, threw out a runner trying to attempt to go from second to third. Jensen to Tucker Williams, got the tag there. Threw out a sacrifice bunt attempt on a good bunt. He was quick out of his stance to get that out. There's a swing and a miss. Strikeout for Jensen Green. Ryan Simets comes up. He had a ground out in the first inning. Greenup's been able to get their leadoff hitter on base all 3 innings. The Ironmen yet to get a leadoff hitter on in their 3 innings. First pitch is low, outside, and back to the backstop. I think we both feel, Pete, the second time around, we're going to get to this pitcher eventually, Colin Alexander. There's a hit deep to right field. Right fielder chasing it back. Does he make the catch? He does not. It was right in front of the fence. Comes out of his glove. Ryan Simets just keeps running and ends up on third base.
I tell you what, we're going to give him a triple. The ball kind of sailed on the right fielder. I'm guessing, I think he got his glove on the ball, but it bounced off. And give Ryan Simons credit, he didn't rubberneck and look back at that right fielder to see whether the ball was going to be caught. He was running all the way in case, and he is rewarded with, we're going to say, a triple.
Hit hard, and it just kept carrying. It ends up right at the fence. Nolan Johnson's now at the plate. Fouls that one off down the third base line.
Hit a hard ground single his first time up, so let's see if he can cash in again and score the first run of the game in this non-conference baseball game.
Pitch to Nolan, swing and a miss. Quickly gets behind 0-2 in the count. Runner on third. One out. There's a ball hit high in the air to right field. Right fielder's camping under it. It should be deep enough. Here comes Ryan Simetz on the tag, and he will score standing up. So a sacrifice fly by Nolan gets in the first run of the inning.
And I tell you what, give Nolan Johnson credit for the sacrifice fly, but I'll say it again, give Ryan Simetz credit for being on third base in the first place. Hustling all the way on that long fly ball that the right fielder could not quite catch up to.
Ironmen have 4 hits in the contest, but that last one, a triple, results in the first run. And there's a curveball, be called a strike against Gavin Jones. Gavin, our cleanup hitter, first baseman. Another curveball that'll catch the outside edge. Quickly, the pitcher gets ahead of Gavin. 0-2.
Well, Alexander's had no trouble throwing strikes, that's for sure.
Fouled back. Still stays 0-2, the count. Gavin should be ready to be probably the first pitcher Tuesday at Myrtle Beach in their 4-game series down there. Foul back. So the backstop stays, the count stays 0-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Sacrifice fly by Nolan Johnson. The triple by Ryan Simetz, the only run in this contest so far. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Umpire getting a new collection of baseballs here, and we're ready to play now. Nobody on. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gavin Jones. That's outside. 2-2 the count.
Pitcher asking where that ball was, and umpire Queen puts his hand out to the right like it was outside.
The 2-2, a swing, a hard shot right at the third baseman. He makes the catch. The Ironmen go down, but not until they're able to score a run on a triple by Ryan Simetz, a sacrifice fly by Nolan Johnson. So after 3 innings, it is Greenup, Kentucky 0. The Jackson Ironmen 1. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Back here, top of the 4th inning, and it's a dandy. Another pitcher's battle going on. Greenup, Kentucky makes the drive up here to play at Sparky Haller Field. They find themselves in a dogfight. 1-0, the Ironmen with the lead. Rylan Wyatt starting to pitch in his 2nd inning of work. A nice job by Easton McGraw to get through the Ironmen the first 2 innings. This is the 5th straight game in a row for our Jackson Ironmen. 2 huge wins earlier in the week against Washington Courthouse. 1-run type games that were very exciting, big FAC contests. Then a big win against a very good Wheelersburg team down in Wheelersburg. A big win last night against Zane Trace, and the Ironmen trying to go 5-0 on this week and advance them to 10-0 on the season.
Right, get to double digits on the victories with a big goose egg on the other side of the dash.
First pitch a little inside. Second pitch a little outside. 2-0 the count. Hunter Holbrook, the center fielder, leads off here for Greenup. There is a high fly ball to left field. I think it's going to be foul, and a nice play there by Bodie Wooford. Catches it right in front of the bullpen area. And that is the first out of the inning, and that is the first time today, Pete Wilson, we've got the leadoff hitter out for Greenup.
Right, give Bodie credit on that one. He had to go a long way, and he had to be aware of the bullpen down there because that's just on the other side of foul territory. But he was able to get it on the move throughout number 1.
Luke Boggs got things going, the catcher, in the second inning with a double. He did not come in to score. Good curveball by Ryland there.
Ended up getting thrown out at third on what turned out to be a key caught stealing there by Jensen Green and Tucker Williams teaming up on that.
There's a shot to left field. That was a rope hit out to Bodie. He will throw it back in, and it will be a single by Luke Boggs. He's now 2 for 2 in this contest. Pitcher Colin Alexander will come up. And the unique thing, once again, Pete Wilson throwing with his right hand, must be a switch hitter because he bats from the left, but he's batting from the left against the lefty now. So assume he just bats from the left and throws with the right. First pitch is a strike.
Sometimes, you know, hitters coming up through, you know, the younger years, if they can bat left, they train themselves to do that because, you know,
there are some advantages.
Facing mostly right-handers. If I recall correctly, in your softball days, you threw left and batted right. How'd that happen?
Didn't do either very well.
That's not what I remember.
You do have that half-step lead toward first base also. There's a pitch low and outside. Nicely done by Jensen Green to keep it in front of him. Pitcher versus pitcher. A 1-0 game here at Sparky Howler Field. The Ironmen finally score a run in the bottom of the third inning to take the lead. There goes the pitcher's runner. He's going, and if the throw is going to be not in time. Pitch was very high. Jensen got rid of the baseball, but it was a good lead by the base runner, and he picks up a stolen base. So they now have Luke Boggs is at second. There is one out.
He runs well for a catcher, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Had a really big lead. I didn't think there was any chance of getting him at all, but Jensen had a quick release, and at least there was a play down there.
Jensen now is going to take time and run out and have a word with Ryland. I don't know if he gets a signal from Coach McGraw there. Quick chat. Now we're back ready to play baseball. Big weekend this weekend, Pete Wilson. We named 10 Little Queens last night. Good pitched strike. A lot of royalty being known this weekend. And what is it, 17 young ladies going for the Apple Festival Queen, I think, this evening.
Just across the street at the Jackson Middle School Auditorium, the largest field of contestants, I think, in recent years.
I think so. There's a ground ball. Gavin Jones fields it cleanly. He will win the race over to first base. The runner will advance to third, but that's a big second out. That will bring up Kyler Robinson, the DH. He had a ground out in his one-time at bat, another left-handed hitter facing the left-handed Ryland Wyatt. Runner on third. That would be for the third time in this contest for Greenup. There is a swing and a miss on a nice curveball.
That time the left-hander looked a little defenseless against the left-handed curveball.
They've had a runner to third in 3 of the 4 innings so far, and they would have had one in the other inning except the Jensen Green throw out to Tucker Williams.
Harmon trying to dodge another bullet here with runners in scoring positions through Greenup County.
That pitch is a little bit low. Jensen jumps out of his stance and stares the runner back on third base. Landon Rapp is warming up in the bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes now with 2 outs.
From what I've seen on 2 curveballs and the batter swinging, I think maybe a third one is coming.
He does a nice job getting over to that side of the rubber, and he looks like he's coming right at him with it. And that curveball is a called strikeout. So a nice job by Rylan Wyatt to get through the inning. So after 3.5 innings, or yes, 3.5 innings, it is Greenup, Kentucky 0, our Jackson Ironmen 1. The Ironmen are coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Ironman coming up with the 1-0 lead. Tucker Williams, followed by Bodie Wooford. Ashton Seymour, the 3 on the lineup for the Ironmen. It's been an interesting game, Pete Wilson. I mean, it's a 1-0 score, but every team has a hit in every at-bat, and only 1 run scored.
It's been some, I guess, if you're both teams, especially Greenup County, since they've got 0, missed opportunities. So you got to credit the pitchers and the defense for that. You feel like it's a possibility, you know, one of these teams could break through with several runs in an inning, because there aren't a lot of strikeouts so far.
Ironmen have yet to get a leadoff hitter on. But the triple by Ryan Simets, followed by the Nolan Johnson sacrifice fly, have resulted in 1 run. So far, that's been enough. Senior Tucker Williams, who started the game at 3rd base, now got moved over to his normal position at 2nd. Grounded out in his first at bat. Will lead it off for Jackson. Good curveball for a called strike. I think Tucker has a sister that's one of those 17 contestants tonight, Pete.
Taylor Williams, I believe it is.
Yep.
So big day for Morgan and
yes.
Misty.
Yes, it is.
Son playing baseball today, and their daughter a candidate for Apple Festival Queen this evening. And then they'll probably all jump in a SUV and head to Myrtle Beach. Ain't life great?
Pretty good weekend and week for the Williams family. That pitch a little bit high, 2 balls, 1 strike. That pitch is high, 3-1.
Well, Alexander has not walked anybody so far, given up some hits.
4 hits for the Ironmen. The 3-1 pitch. That pitch hits him right in the helmet. Tucker stayed in there and took that one. That's a hit by a pitch. It was going to be a walk regardless. That's why you wear a batting helmet, isn't it, Pete?
It certainly is.
He's kind of walking it off down there. Dad's tending to him a little bit. First base coach. Umpire talking to him. Tucker appears to be okay. Bodie Wooford takes an opportunity here to get a little bit of a message from 3rd base coach, Coach McGraw. Our first time to get the leadoff hitter on. Hate to have it by getting hit in the head, Tucker Williams, but hit the helmet. Now Tucker with a good lead over at first. Pitch throw over there has him diving back. Bodie had one of the Ironman 4 hits in the contest. It was a shot between the shortstop and 3rd baseman. There's another hard hit ball, but it's foul. Fielded almost cleanly by Coach McGraw.
He would have had a chance to throw him out.
It was hit hard.
I bet you he's got an arm. An ex-catcher, by the way, Josh McGraw.
That pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Tucker Williams on first base. Ironmen have the 1-0 lead. Throw over to first. Tucker back easily. The pitch to Bodie is hit really hard, and the left fielder cannot make the catch. He tried to make a scooping catch right at his ankles. I think it caught his glove, but he could not pull it in, so that's another hit by Bodie. Tucker had to hold on that one to see what's going on, so he'll get to second base. The Ironmen get their first 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wow, that was a rope.
It was, and it looked like it held up long enough for the left fielder to at least have a chance, but it was about ankle high and unable to hold on to it or come up with it.
You know, that's a tough one in that if he doesn't make that catch, that goes to the fence too.
Yep.
So he kept it in front of him.
That was important, or else it might be 2nd and 3rd instead of 2nd and 1st.
Pinch hitter going to come up. It'll be Leighton Camp is going to come to the plate for the Ironmen, and so you have the whole infield, along with head coach Steve Logan, huddled up for Greenup. 2 runners on. Tucker Williams at second. Bodie Wooford on first. Camp getting his first at bat in this contest. See if the Ironmen might be thinking a sacrifice here.
Well, Ashton Seymour did have a pop single to right field the first time, so you know he can put the bat on the ball. So is this just is the view that Camp is just a good hitter or better hitter, or is he an expert bunter? Is that why he's being called upon right now?
And once again, an opportunity to get multiple bodies into the game for experience also.
Well, you always want to do that.
It's a righty. He is a left-handed hitter. Camp is. Let's see what they're thinking. After the huddle on the mound with the whole infield, they got to be thinking this sacrifice is a possibility. First baseman has creeped into the grass, as has the third baseman.
Well, Camp was not showing bunt early. Doesn't mean he won't do it, but he did not give it away.
With a minute at the corners, it does give you some opportunities, and the runners shortstop trying to hold. There's a bunt attempt, and I think he did bunt it. Ended up going, it's foul.
Yeah, he bunted it foul, and
couldn't really tell if he hit his bat or not.
The third baseman, Ty Logan, was charging. Of course, you know, the defensive challenge is the third baseman is charging and leaving the bag uncovered. Usually the shortstop has to rotate over there unless you're just going to concede the base over there, and you don't want to do that in a 1-0 game.
And the shortstop trying to hold Tucker Williams a little closer at second base. Now he runs toward the hole there. Here comes the third baseman. He's halfway in, and the pitcher steps off the mound.
Well, so we saw the shortstop, after wanting to try to hold the runner at second on, running towards third base to cover on a potential throw on a bunt.
No balls, 1 strike.
There wasn't going to be anybody covering second.
Opportunity here for the Ironmen. That pitch is a called strike, so it's no balls, 2 strikes now.
We'll see if that causes Josh McGraw to take the bunt off. It looked like the pitch was a little outside, so I can see why Camp didn't try to bunt for it, but it must have caught the outside corner.
Coach McGraw brings him down. They have a little huddle about halfway between third base and home plate.
Of course, you know the rule is if you foul a bunt on the second strike, it is a strikeout, so you know your percentages go way down. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Looks like they're going to pitch out.
And a bunt attempt, and that's going to be a called strike. That pitch was out of the strike zone. Leighton Camp went for it with the bunt.
Well, I saw the catcher put his fist off to the left. Camp couldn't see that, the batter, but that was purposely outside, the next thing to a pitch out.
Easton McGraw, who has hit the ball well this week, had a couple big hits in a previous game. That pitch is low. Still have 2 runners on, 1 out. Easton started the game on the mound, got out of a little bit of issue in both first innings with no runs. Big strikeout in the bottom, on the top of the first. A called strike. There's a shot down the third baseline, and the third baseman makes a beautiful stab. He can't throw Easton out for the double play, but that could have easily been going all the way to the fence, but the third baseman with another great play.
All right, well, if we had to give Defensive Player of the Game award to anybody, it would be Mr. Ty Logan down there at third base. That could, as you said, that could easily have been an extra base hit.
Yes.
Our men still have 2 runners on base, but now 2 outs.
Rylan Wyatt, who has pitched 2 scoreless innings, is up to the plate. 2 runners on. That pitch is way inside. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher. So ground ball to the first baseman. He fields it cleanly and is able to get the out. So the Ironmen go out with no runs after getting their first 2 runners on. One by a hit by a pitch, second by a single. But after 4 innings of play, it is your Jackson Ironmen 1, Greenup, Kentucky is 0. Pay attention to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom presses. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio. With the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, teddy bear.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Top half of the 5th inning in this taut 1-0 battle. The only run the Ironmen have came across in the 3rd Greenup County yet to scratch. Both teams have had ample opportunities to score more than that, but give credit to the pitching and the defense for where it stands right now. Here in the 5th inning, Rylan Wyatt will be back out on the mound, the left-hander for the Ironmen, for his 3rd inning of work. It'll be Gage Lamarck, Sawyer Hatfield, and Casey Gammon. That is the 9-1 and 2 hitters for Greenup County here in the top half of the 5th inning.
5th straight game for Jackson. Pete Wilson, and except for last night, wins a little bit of breezer at a very good Zane Trace team, where the Ironmen came away with a comfortable win. They've all been grinders. I mean, a 4-1 win at Wheelersburg's not easy. All the others have been one-run contests up to this point.
Absolutely, and in this game, Greenup County has 4 base hits. They have left 5 runners on base, and so that is a little on the frustrating side. We'll see what they can do about it here as they look at Rylan Wyatt through the lineup for the 2nd time now.
Gage Lamarck, one of those players. He led off the 3rd inning with a double, but was stranded on 3rd.
That was against Wyatt, by the way, so he has already seen him once. Jumped on one and hit it off the fence there in left field.
If you didn't have the tall left field situation, that would have been a home run.
Pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Jackson,
about halfway up the fence.
We can't see the Greenup County dugout or bullpen, but in Jackson, there is some warm-up activity happening, whether it means anything or not. And that pitch is a little pop foul that falls in foul territory for strike 2 on Gage Lamarck, the left fielder. Ironman will play games at Myrtle Beach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. South Range from Ohio will be one of those games. They'll also be playing teams I can't identify, but one's from New York, one's from New Jersey, and then they'll be playing a one-loss team from Fayetteville, North Carolina in that lineup.
Ashton Seymour actually warming up in the bullpen for the Ironman.
Curveball was close.
Started the game in right field, was 1 for 1 in his at-bats.
Wyatt has made some hay off that curveball, especially against left-handed hitters. That pitch stays outside, so it goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Came with a fastball that time, and Lamarck fouls it out of play to the right side. Wind maybe has died down a little bit, but still a factor. Blowing out. Nice off-speed pitch, took something off of it and had Lamarck a lusty swing, but out in front, comes up empty. That is the first out of the inning, and that is strikeout number 3 for Rylan Wyatt. And this will bring up Sawyer Hatfield, who's made some things happen. Got on a single and then put down a very nice sacrifice bunt that gave Greenup County a chance to score, although they did not back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Sawyer is called strike 1 on the inside edge. Nice curveball, but it spanked up the middle. Timed very well by Hatfield. Hard single, and Hatfield gives Greenup County a 1-out base runner here. And we go to Casey Gammon, who is walked and popped up to the first baseman. We'll see if they're trying to run Sawyer Hatfield, trying to get another runner in scoring position. They do have 1 steal. Hatfield, we're guessing, is a good base runner. Swing and a miss by Gammon for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, curveball just outside. They throw behind Hatfield, but he gets back, hustling back to first base. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Jackson's been used to playing today with runners on bases,
right,
on our defense.
Right,
and we still got a bunch of zeros up there on the Sparky Howler Field scoreboard.
That's the bottom line. Delayed throw over to first. Hatfield has to go back in hands first, but is safe.
We've only seen a little over 5 innings of play. People would just say Sawyer Hatfield and Ty Logan, pretty good baseball players, the second baseman and the third baseman.
Absolutely. Curveball is called strike.
Curve.
Popped it in there. Gammon took strike 2. Wyatt's curveball has been very, very effective. Let's see if with 2 strikes, Hatfield might be running. That is popped up. Is it going to be in play? The catcher's coming over. Is he going to have a play? Nope. Hits over there on Huron Street. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ball boys chasing down the foul balls. We're right in the right spot for that one. They'll bring 2 of them back in play for us. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 on with 1 out.
Throw over to first. Leisurely toss just to let Hatfield know, hey, I know you're over there. One-two pitch. He's running this time, and it's fouled back behind us again.
Hatfield's very fast. He had a stolen base in the 1st inning.
Right,
and I think he had another one if it wasn't fouled back.
Right, he's very, very quick, waiting until he knows the ball is heading home, and then, especially if it's an off-speed pitch, getting a good lead over there again. I would look for him to run again on 1 and 2. He does it that time, and it's hit into center field.
We have a play on that
Johnson, almost in his tracks, is able to get it. Hatfield goes back to first base. So hard and long hit by Gammon, but an easy out because Johnson was standing right there where the ball was hit. Ty Logan, who has had some superlative defensive plays down there at third base. He has been worth his weight on defense for sure. Hasn't been able to do anything at the plate yet, but he is the number 3 hitter. He has struck out and he drew a walk. Inside, Hatfield runs. Throw is over the head of the second baseman. He gets by the center fielder. Johnson gets it back in, and Hatfield takes a wide turn. He was even thinking about maybe going for home. It got by the, what are they saying?
Well, they're awarding him home. I'm not sure why. Basically, Hatfield was running. They attempted a bunt, did not get it. Throw down to second base was a high throw. Center fielder got through him. He throws it back in. Hatfield gets all the way to third base, and then the umpire awards him home plate.
Well, we'll have to get an interpretation on that. I don't see Coach Josh McGraw contesting that call, at least not posture-wise. But the bottom line is we've got a tie ball game.
Well, now the bases are empty.
That would be right now an unearned run. Definitely an error on the throw down to second, and maybe another one in the outfield when they were trying to get the ball back in after it was the overthrow by the catcher.
Obviously, I think Hatfield had it stolen, second base, but then the throw was high, and then all kinds of stuff happened there. Ends up easily at third and gets awarded home.
And Logan's going to get a walk, so the inning continues. That's the second time that he has walked. That's the second walk for Wyant, and this will bring up Gavin Ray, the first baseman. Coach Morgan Williams is going to go over and have a word with Rylan Wyant. Wyant is in his third inning of work. Also a conference by the Greenup County coach and the batter and the base runner.
Hold the fort, Pete. I'm going to try to find out the reasoning for home plate.
Oh, yes. We all want to know that. We can't really say. I don't even have a guess. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No, they called that a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Excellent baseball man Jonathan Irvin helped me out on that. Pete Wilson, interference on the third baseman, Easton McGraw, allows the runner the extra base.
Swing and a miss, or no, the catcher couldn't quite hang on. It must have been a foul tip. So that's what happened. Interference on the runner at third base. He was going to get third base on
basically
the overthrow.
ran into each other, and that's because Easton in the baseline.
I'm sure that's inadvertent, but
yes,
no argument from the Jackson coaching staff. Now, I will say this. I don't think Hatfield would have scored anyway.
I don't either, because the throw was there, just not in time, but the rule is the rule, I guess.
So Greenup County manufactures a run. They get the hit by Hatfield, but then the stolen base, the error, and the runner interference adds up to a run.
Swing and a miss. Nice curveball again. I guess foul tipped. Foul tipped to keep him alive.
Jensen Green just close to getting a strikeout. Just couldn't quite hang on to the ball both times as it was foul tipped. Makes it a lot harder to hold on to the ball. Didn't miss by much. Inside and low. So that brings us to a full count. Runner going high and away, ball 4. So the inning continues. Greenup County now with 2 runners on base. Remember, they have already tied the score here with the combination of a single, a stolen base, an error, and a defensive interference. Here's Hunter Holbrook. He has been called out on strikes, took a called third strike, and then flied out to left. That was a good play by Bodie Wolford. This is lefty against righty now. And Jensen Green's going to go out and have a word here. Critical time of the game. Greenup County has already tied the score here with a run in the top of the 5th. They've got 2 runners on base to try to take the lead if they can make something else happen. And that is hit in the air. I think someone's going to have a play. The catcher has a play. Oh, and he dropped the ball. A lot of swirling wind there.
That was wind.
It wasn't going to be easy. We'll have to say, though, that is an error. But a very tough play, especially in the wind. And, you know, it is not as easy to catch the ball, a pop-up, with the catcher's mitt as with a regular fielding glove. That is a fact. But it goes down as a strike. Nice curveball, but called ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another conference between Jensen Green and Ryland Wyatt. I think Jensen trying to just make sure that Ryland stays poised. Giving him some encouragement out there. Done a great job in here, now deep into his 3rd inning. The only run scored right now stands as an unearned run. Oh, they've got somebody. They've got the runner. And they tag him out.
They had to get him tagged. There was a nice rundown out there. The runner at first base, they got caught in a rundown. The runner from second trying to score, but we were able to get him tagged out, the first base runner, before the run takes place.
Right, I tell you what, it all adds up to an out. The lead runner was between 3rd and home, but it looks like that they had the runner between 1st and 2nd dead to rights, but I don't know. It may have been a called play. I'm not sure, Dan. But in the inning, Greenup County does tie the game. They had 1 run on 1 base hit. There was 2 Jackson errors. There was 1 runner left on base, and now in the middle of the 5th, we've got a tie game. It's the Greenup County Musketeers 1 and the Jackson Ironmen 1. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news,
be a part of it.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time.
Okay, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Ironmen will have the top of the order up. It'll be Jensen Green, Ryan Simons, and Nolan Johnson in what is now a tie game, 1-1. Colin Alexander still out there. He started for Greenup County. He's now into his 5th inning. Greenup County, if you just joined us, tied this game in the top of the inning with a unearned run, a single, and then all sorts of things went wrong for the Ironmen. A stolen base, two, maybe 3 consecutive errors to bring that runner home. And so that's where we are right now. Jackson scored its run back in the 3rd inning. First 2 pitches to Green are well out of the strike zone for ball 2. Or balls 1 and 2. Coach Josh McGraw, a big believer, the 3rd time through the lineup really favors the offense in high school baseball. Off-speed pitch is a good one in there for strike 1. Green has flied out deep to center and struck out, trying to get something going for his team here in this 1-1 deadlock game. Swing and a miss. Had a good swing and didn't catch up to it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Or rather, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Green didn't get it. So another strikeout for Alexander. Good start for Greenup County in this inning. That is, looking down through here, I believe that is the 3rd strikeout for Alexander. This will bring up Ryan Simons, who is mostly responsible for that first run with a 1-out triple, scored then on a fly ball by Johnson. That was back in the 3rd. Simons takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Simons has also hit a hard grounder at Ty Logan, which, like everything else hit at him, he fielded cleanly. Nice curveball dropped in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Simons might have been looking red for the fastball. Took the curveball for a strike. That's a fly ball to right field. Right fielder going back. And that is over the right fielder's head. Simons is going to go into second base standing up. And another extra base hit for Ryan Simons. It looked like it was maybe even off the end of the bat, but it was hit hard. And the right fielder was already playing deep and about in the right position, but it was over his head just a little bit.
It was hit hard enough. He wasn't going to get to that one. It brings up our other hitting basically star of this contest, because Nolan Johnson had a single in the 1st, but he had the sacrifice fly that got Ryan in the 3rd inning.
Swing and a miss, took something off that, had Johnson out in front. Only 1 RBI in the game, and that belongs to Nolan Johnson. Greenup County scored its only run on a defensive interference call. Johnson goes after a high curveball. Looked like it might have been out of the strike zone, and he fouls it behind us. I hope not in the parking lot where my car is.
Might have hit on the roof of the concession stand.
Thank you for letting me know that. No balls and 2 strikes.
Good base runner on second base in Simons. 1 out. That's the go-ahead run sitting out there.
Simons is running, and Johnson swings and fouls.
He had it stolen easily. The foul tip.
Well timed. He didn't give away that he was thinking about stealing. He didn't look like he was doing it on the earlier pitches. So well calculated, well timed, but Johnson, with 2 strikes, of course, swinging and fouls it. Count is 0-2. Ball is hit in the air to left field. It's in front of the left fielder. Is it going to fall in? No, the left fielder's got it, and Simons has to dive back into second base.
Left fielder was playing Nolan very deep, and he really had to hustle to get there to make that catch. Runner does not advance, but Gavin Jones, our cleanup hitter.
He has hit the ball to the third baseman twice, which is usually not what you want to do with the way Ty Logan has played down there. A hard grounder out and then a line out to Ty Logan. 0 for 2. Could use a hit right now. Throws a curveball in there for a strike. Good get-ahead curveball there for Colin Alexander as he tries to keep this game where it stands right now, 1-1, bottom half of inning number 5. Fastball stays inside for ball 1. No action in the Jackson bullpen, so either they know who's going to come in the 6th or Rylan Wyatt's going to keep pitching. Probably the latter.
Seymour warmed up a couple times down there.
Well, maybe he's ready then. And there's a fly ball to left field. Left fielder's coming in. Is he going to get there? He does. So Jones hit it to left field pretty well, but it hangs up in the air long enough for the left fielder to catch up to it. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. 5 innings in the books now. It remains the Jackson Ironmen 1, the Greenup County Musketeers 1. You are listening and watching Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christ Church in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000. Have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to egg my yard.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Landon Rapp, I said Seymour warming up in the bullpen down there, but it was Landon Rapp warming up Pete Wilson, and the freshman is going to get his opportunity.
All right, the 3rd Jackson pitcher. Of course, we started off with Easton McGraw, the senior. He went 2 shutout innings. Then Rylan Wyatt went 3, also very good innings. They did score off of him, but it was an unearned run in the last inning, the 5th inning, and now we're going to see the freshman Landon Rapp as he tries to keep this game right where it is, 1-1 here. It'll be Hunter Holbrook leading off. Remember, he was at the plate when the runner was thrown out in that rundown between 1st and 2nd that ended the 5th inning after Greenup County had scored a run. There's a hard grounder on a bounce, 2 bounces to Simon. He's going to have to make the long throw, but he does.
Nice play by the junior shortstop.
In the hole, he had to take it on the 2nd bounce and threw a rope over there to first base to get the first out. Luke Boggs, he's been good. He's doubled and singled, hit the ball hard both times. He is the catcher. Let's see if Landon Rapp does any better against him. It was against 2 different pitchers that Boggs has done that, and he takes a strike on what looked like an off-speed pitch from number 10, Landon Rapp. He is only a freshman, and he's being entrusted here with the ball in a key time in this non-conference game. That bounces and is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch a little bit outside again. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Just off the outside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Biggs, if Boggs, if he gets on, could run. He's already got a stolen base, and he did get on a walk. So he goes down to first base. And this will bring up Colin Alexander, the pitcher. He's popped up to the second baseman and grounded out to Gavin Jones at first base. So let's see how Greenup County plays this. I think based on the pattern that we've seen so far and the fact that Boggs got a stolen base rather easily back in the fourth, he may be going again. Let's see, he is going. And the ball gets away from the shortstop. Boggs got a beautiful jump there, a big jump. Green threw offline. It didn't matter. Boggs was going to be in there. Stolen base. So now the go-ahead run is down there at second base with one out. The pitch to Alexander, I guess he must have swung. Strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. Jensen Green's going to go out and hand the ball this time to Landon Rapp.
Got to give Greenup credit. Every inning so far, they've got a runner at least to second base. 3 of the innings all the way to third. 1 inning, they got them all the way to home. They've had runners on the bases.
That is hit in the air. Easton McGraw goes over. Is he going to have a play? Nope. It's going to be off the dugout roof. No balls and 2 strikes. Oh, nice curveball from Landon Rapp. That is the second out of the inning, a big out there. Boggs stays at second base. There are now 2 outs, and Kyler Robinson, the designated hitter, comes up. He is grounded out to second and took a called third strike, 0 for 2. Once again, Jackson with a situation with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. And that ball gets away from Jensen Green a little bit low, so we'll call that a wild pitch. And that puts Mr. Boggs down at third, who runs well. So now
you have to eliminate another wild pitch.
Or pass
or
ball.
Pass ball could result in a game or the game leading run. 1-1 your contest. Once again, a man on third. Good
nice pitch on the outside corner. A nice fastball, it looked like. 1 ball and 1 strike. Landon Rapp working with 2 outs, a runner at third. Pitch is a little low. Good stop there by Jensen Green. Keeps it in front of him. Ball 2. Lefty versus righty. Pitch is outside. Ball 3. Three-one pitch coming. And there's a chopper. Tucker's got it over to first. Easy play. Ironmen get out of another jam. So in the inning, no runs, no hits, no Jackson errors, 1 runner left on base, and this game continues deadlocked. It's the Greenup County Musketeers 1, the Jackson Ironmen 1. We're in the middle half of the 6th inning. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home, it's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Vinton County National Bank wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. VCNB, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports, live on YouTube.
We go back to the bottom half of the 6th inning. This has been a really good game between two good teams. Greenup County out of northern Kentucky. Of course, our Jackson Ironmen playing here at home, hoping to win their 10th straight game to start the season without a loss. But Greenup County, a tough foe. They are 10-8. And as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning, both teams have dodged a lot of bullets defensively and pitching-wise, but you know, they've made the plays, made the pitches when they had to, and only one run by each team so far. In the bottom of the 6th, as Jackson tries to take the lead heading into the final inning, it will be Tucker Williams, Bodie Wolford, and the 7th place hitter, who could be Ashton Seymour, it could be Leighton Camper, it could be somebody else. Swing and a miss, fooled Tucker on that. Tucker was hit by a pitch and grounded out to third.
We only have one run, Pete, but we've had a hit in every inning, at least one.
Pitch is inside, one ball and one strike. And the pitch looked a little bit high. Williams swings and fouls it to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind maybe not quite as strong as it's been different times of the game, but still a factor. And a rope over the head of Josh McGraw down there. He ducked quickly. His reflexes are okay. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Greenup County outfield playing deep. Jackson's hit some shots. One thing about it, the Greenup County defense has been good the whole game, Dan. That's one of the reasons why Jackson still sits with only 1 run.
They really have.
Swing and a miss on a curveball, and Colin Alexander liked that one as it gets a leadoff strikeout here as the game gets to a critical juncture here.
Bodie's hit it hard both times, though.
He's got 2 singles. Curveball stays outside, ball 1.
Got to give Alexander credit. It seemed like we've hit him fairly hard, but boy, he has worked his way into the bottom of the 6th inning in a 1-1 game.
Another curveball stays outside, ball 2.
Certainly given Greenup some quality innings today.
No, and he's gone all the way so far.
Ironman have used 3 pitchers, and they've used only 1. We have warm up in the bullpen again.
That's a hard ground ball, just foul. Could have been a double perhaps if it's just maybe 3 or 4 inches to the right side. We go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Top reliever so far this year, Ryan Simets, is warming up in the bullpen just in case they need him.
He may or may not come in the 7th inning. Pitch stays outside, ball 3. Ryan's been very good in that role this year.
Yes, he has.
I'm not sure how many saves he has, but he's come in that opportunity and pitched well every time out. Ball 4. So Bodie gets on for the 3rd straight time, this time on a base on balls. And Ashton Seymour, who started the game in right field, was pinch hit for the last inning, comes back. He did have a single to right field in his only at bat. Let's see what Coach McGraw might have him do with a runner on first. No sign that he was bunting. He takes a pitch inside, ball 1.
Easton McGraw on deck. Ashton did find the right spot down the right field line there for a hit in his 1 time up. And there's another one.
Line drive into left field. Well hit. Bodie goes to first, turns, but he's not going to go any farther than that. But the Ironmen have something cooking here in the home 6th as Ashton Seymour lines a single to left field. And Ironmen now with 2 runners on and 1 man out. And here is Easton McGraw. He's going to get some instructions from Coach Josh McGraw. Easton has been out twice on fielder's choices. He reached base both times, but there were force outs in front of him. So he has put the bat on the ball both times.
Boy, take away Ryan Simetz's double and triple. That's about as hard a hit ball as we've had today for the Ironman. He really timed that one nicely, Seymour did.
Right. Definitely working to maybe get some extra at-bats in future games to try to crack this Jackson lineup. Curveball is called strike one to Easton McGraw.
Coach McGraw has got some good service out of two of his freshmen there. Ashton Seymour getting the start in right field. He's 2 for 2 in the contest, and Landon Rapp with a nice job pitching in the last inning. Both freshmen.
Pitch stays outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield, shortstop and second base pinched a little bit towards second base, hoping to maybe get that double play grounder. And that ball is hit in the air. First baseman going back. Right fielder coming in. Is anyone going to get it?
Not going to get there.
Oh, it dropped. Let's see if everybody's going to be safe.
Errant throw.
And there's an errant throw and in to score. And there's a throw into third. Gets by the third baseman. But the Ironmen are going to take the lead on, I believe, I'm going to have to say 2 errors. Would you say we had an error out there at second base when they dropped the ball or not?
He didn't drop it. Well, I mean Easton's hit the ground.
Okay.
Nobody touched it. I give him a hit there.
There were 3
and then
players.
The activity started.
Right, there were 3 players congregating there, the right fielder, the first baseman, and the second baseman, and it dropped in no man's land. So no RBI there as the ball then was thrown away, but the Ironmen, more importantly, score a run, an unearned run of their own. Seymour is now over at third, and Easton McGraw, who started it off with that pop fly single, is now at second. Ironmen lead 2-1, and here is Rylan White, still only 1 out.
Ashton Seymour, I think, actually could have been thrown out at second, even though they didn't catch Easton's little pop-up that found an opening. But that throw was wild, and then everybody running. That got exciting. And the leading run, the 2-1 run lead now came in to score.
That was
Bodie.
That was the first error for Greenup County, and it's going to hurt them. That pitch sails over. It's Noah Ernst batting.
Noah
folks.
Ernst batting for Rylan Wyant.
Okay, Noah Ernst not able to start because of he got at least a slight hamstring pull, but they thought he might be able to pinch hit, and here he is in a key time here for his team. Count is 2-0 to Noah.
And that hit, ouch.
And I can tell you he is not going to run the bases. They'll put a pinch runner in for him, I'm sure.
Now he's jogging pretty decently down to first base.
Well, I would be surprised if he stays in there because he was in there for his bat, not his base running. Let's see what they do.
The Ironmen have the 2-1 lead, and you got switch hitting Jensen Green. He's going to hit from the right side this time with the bases loaded, only 1 out.
Pitch is just outside, ball 1. Now Green has flied out to center, but then since has been struck out twice by Alexander, and Alexander would dearly love to get Green a 3rd time.
Interesting for him to switch over to the right side. Let's see if it works.
That is hit in the air. First baseman is ranging back. No, the second baseman is there too. Second baseman has it, and there will be no advance. So a very big second out there on the pop-up to the second baseman. Once again, a little bit of a confusion there. First baseman, second baseman all together, and finally the second baseman takes it a little bit off balance, but the out recorded nonetheless.
Hitting star for the Ironmen, though, Ryan Simetz has a double, has a triple, has one of the runs scored, and he has the bases loaded.
No place to put Ryan. Curveball stays outside, ball 1. Ironmen have taken the lead on an unearned run of their own. Here in the top of the 6th, or the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is called strike on the outside corner. Simon's looking for something he can drill. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Both his extra base hits have gone to right and right center field today.
Right fielder is playing deep. everybody playing deep in the outfield. Pitch stays outside, ball 2. No place to put Ryan Simons. Got to pitch to him. Still got to be careful. And he swings at an off-speed pitch and fouls it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch coming. And there's a chopper. Third baseman, did they get him up there?
He's safe. Oh, he's safe, but then came off the bag. Coach McGraw doesn't seem to be in agreement. Runner was safe there, but comes off the bag and they tagged him.
Did the run score, though, at home?
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. Well,
and I don't think they would have as quick as that was over to third base.
Okay, so the runner at third is called out. That would have been Ashton Seymour over there. Good tag, I guess, there by very alert play there by Ty Logan down there to be able to get that. That could be very critical. The Ironmen do take the lead, though. There was 1 run on 2 base hits. There was 1 very big error by Greenup. There was 2 men left on base.
Oh, you know what? They gave us the run.
Okay. All right. The run did score. I wondered about that.
Good umpiring there by keeping an eye on that to talk it over.
You and I were both watching, of course.
Yeah, the action at third base.
Right. We're watching third base, so that could be very critical. A third run scores. That's something where an umpire has to be aware. The home plate umpire has to be aware of, the timing on that. Just like probably a lot of the other fans, we were watching the action over there at third base. The umpire giving the Greenup County coach an explanation there.
That's a huge run. And then we have our, probably I would have to say up to this point in the season, our top reliever on the mound now. Ryan Simet's going to try to get 3 outs.
He is the 4th pitcher. 3 innings by 2 innings by McGraw, 3 innings by Wyatt, 1 inning by Rapp, and now Simons hopes to finish it off. Now they put the run back off on the scoreboard.
Wow, it was up for a minute. No wonder there's been some discussion.
I don't know whether that was a miscommunication when they put the run up or there was a change in the decision. Not sure. We'll have to get the explanation on that after the game. Coach McGraw hands on hips over there.
Yeah, Noah Ernst will be catching now for this inning. We will see Jensen Green go from catcher to second base. Tucker Williams will go from second base to shortstop. He's almost played every infield position this game. And the Airmen hoping that Ryan Simets can get 3 outs and come away with their 10th win on the season.
As we said, Simons has been up to the challenge so far of coming in late in the game, trying to nail down a victory, or just be there when the Ironmen take the lead, because the Ironmen have made some things happen late in games to win a couple, or maybe even 2 or 3 of these games on their way to this 9-0 record. It will be Gage Lamarck leading it off. He is the left fielder and the number 9 hitter. He has doubled and struck out. Fastball is right over the letters for strike 1.
Ryan comes in, can throw some pretty good heat up there. Gives him a little different look.
Curveball called strike 2. Bends in there.
He had Lamarck ducking out of that one, and it's a called strike.
Pitch is shoulder high, called ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ironman trying to nail it down and win victory number 10 and go 10-0. That's a fly ball into center
field. That's hit deep.
Going back is Nolan Johnson, and he falls down. Lamarck is going to get at least a double, and he's going to stop right there. Nolan Johnson went back, and the ball just sailed over his head. And what a good start to the inning for Greenup County when they're down 1.
Boy, I thought for a minute it might have enough to go, but it lands right at the fence. Nolan quickly gets it back in, but the double by Lamarck, his second of the contest there at the top of the order. We know how good Sawyer Hatfield has been today.
Got a single, had a nice sacrifice bunt, and reached on, and then had a single. So a couple of hits there. There's a bunt. Throw back to first. Did they get him? Yes, they did, but they do advance the runner. Another nice sacrifice bunt by Hatfield, and he makes it close at first base, as it was. So over to third now goes Gage Lamarck, and with 1 out, it'll be Casey Gammon coming up. And Ironman now, let's see how they play it defensively. Coach Morgan Williams is going to go out and have a...
Boy, how big would that third run that was up on the scoreboard for a moment be right now?
A little bit of a decision, I think, by the Greenup County coaches. Sawyer Hatfield's been so good, you know he can put down the bunt. But he's also been a good hitter when he's been given the chance. So they do surrender an out to get the runner at third, and they're going to put it on their number 2 and 3 hitters, Casey Gammon and Ty Logan.
This is identically how the 4th inning started, or the 3rd inning started for Greenup, with a double by Lamarck, sacrificed by Hatfield, but we were able to get a pop-up and a strikeout. See if we can do the same.
Ironman infield comes in for the play at the plate. And they call strike 1, and it had Casey Gammon ducking. I don't think the Greenup County fans agreed with that call on the curveball. Another curveball about the same place, called ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Simon starts off Gammons with a couple curveballs.
Number 2 hitter in their lineup.
That ball is hit to center field. That is going to, at the very least, score the run. Johnson is able to track it down out there, but Gammons gets the job run on a sacrifice fly to tie the game. As Lamarck comes in to score, there are 2 outs, but now it's a 2-2 ball game. Nobody out, nobody on base, but Greenup County has tied this one 2-2. Ty Logan comes up, left-handed hitter.
Their first earned run. First RBI for them.
In there, fastball's in there for a strike. Give credit to Gage Lamarck. He's 2 out of 3. The number 9 hitter came up with a double in a clutch situation. Curveball called strike 2. 2-2 in the 7th inning. Jackson trying to take it to the bottom of the 7th to have a final chance to pull out another close victory. They've had a few of those this year. Have to take care of Mr. Logan first. Swing and a miss. Simons does it. In the inning, Greenup County does tie the game. 1 run, 1 hit, no Jackson errors, nobody left on base. In the middle of the 7th, it's the Greenup County Musketeers 2, the Jackson Ironmen 2. Ironmen are going to try to win in the bottom half of this inning. This is Jackson Ironmen baseball you're watching and listening to on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Our family works hard, so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50, next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
But it would sound good. Okay, how'd we do today? Any better? Did we? Good. All right, though. We got to win. Tickled to death. Good. Uh-huh.
Okay, we're back to the bottom half of the 7th inning in a 2-2 ball game. The Ironmen hope to end it right here, but they will have to do it against a new pitcher. After 6 innings of work by Colin Alexander, we will now have Hunter Holbrook comes in from center field to take over for the Musketeers. He will have to face the meat of the Jackson order: Nolan Johnson, Gavin Jones, and Tucker Williams.
Got to give Alexander a lot of credit. Pitched a lot of innings for Greenup. Ironman had 7 hits on him, but only the 2 runs kept him in this contest.
Pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. Johnson has singled, had a sacrifice fly RBI, and then flied to left, officially 1 through 2, trying to get the Ironmen started by getting on base. That's how it all has to start. And hard foul, just foul, down the third baseline. 1 ball and 1 strike. Been a really good non-conference battle. We thought it probably would be. Johnson swings at a pitch on the outside edge and fouls it away to the right side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
As we've said, 2 pretty good baseball programs. Jackson defeated Greenup last year 10-5 down at Greenup.
Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Holbrook at the stretch and the pitch. Pitch is way high. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Love to have the first base runner, especially if the first base runner with Nolan speed out there on first base.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Holbrook, and Johnson fouled away what looked like a strike.
Had a good cut at that one, too.
Now he's seeing the ball well. Greenup County defensively deep at all positions. 3-2 pitch coming again.
Ooh.
And Johnson tried to hold up. I think that was ball 4.
It was, and it hit right off the tip of the bat. It keeps him alive, but would have been a walk.
You know, he has to be protecting the plate, of course.
Ironman would love to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th inning. We have won a number 1 run contest this year.
Three-two pitch for the 3rd time. Outside, ball 4, and we got what we wanted. A leadoff base runner. Nolan Johnson draws a walk, worked him, fouled off a couple pitches with the count 3-2. He's down at first base now, and here's Gavin Jones. Put the bat on the ball 3 times, no hits though. Grounded out the 3rd, and lined out the 3rd, and flied out the left. See what Nolan does down at first base, how aggressive Coach Josh McGraw might be. Boggs seems to be a very good catcher. And Jones puts a bunt down. Pitcher's got it. He's going to throw over to first base. Did they pull him off? Almost pulled him off, but a successful sacrifice bunt. So the number cleanup hitter is asked to put down a sacrifice bunt, does the job, moves Mr. Johnson over to second base. And this will bring up Tucker Williams. He has struck out. Been hit by a pitch and grounded out the 3rd, 0-2.
Hit in the helmet in his 2nd time up.
Good speed, of course, goes without saying. If you're an Ironman fan, Nolan Johnson out there at second base. Pitch is low and away for ball one. Jackson given another opportunity now to put the pesky Greenup County Musketeers away. Runner in scoring position. Two good hitters, Tucker Williams, Bodie Woodford scheduled. Good fast base runner at second in Nolan Johnson. Percentage is good for the Ironmen if they can get any kind of hit. And that ball is popped up. The shortstop is camped under it and got it. That's a very big second out.
Big out. But Bodie Woodford, who they have not been able to get out yet in this contest coming up.
He has singled twice, walked, and did come around to score what was then the go-ahead run in the sixth.
Good speed in Nolan Johnson at second base. And they are going to intentionally walk Bodie, which the way he's hit the ball today, I don't blame him.
I do not blame him. They're going to put the pressure on the young Ashton Seymour. Now, you can't say that Ashton hasn't done the job when he's been asked to. He's 2 through 2 singles. He is, however, you know, a backup player, not normally in the lineup. And, of course, we know what Bodie's done so far, so they're going to take their chances with Ashton Seymour. Coach Josh McGraw is going to give him the opportunity to come through again.
He crushed a line drive over the shortstop head last time up.
Pitch. Pulls the bat back. It's called ball one. I think Greenup County wanted that pitch. Every pitch is big right now, of course. Pitch to Seymour. And there's a chopper foul towards the Jackson dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Everybody up in the Jackson dugout. Bottom of the 7th inning, Ironman trying to have a walk-off.
2 runners on base, but the one that matters is the one at second, Nolan Johnson. And there's a line drive. Is it going to be in there? Oh, it bends foul. Ashton Seymour gave it a ride, but it just curled foul. Probably a 1.5 foot foul. That would have been the game, folks.
Really turned on it nicely. Just turned on it a little bit too nicely, and it's just foul.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
He has seen the ball well today.
Fly ball, deep left field, left fielder ranging back, ranging back, ranging back, and he's got it. Oh
boy,
my.
That was just right in front of the fence too. He sent that one a long way. Outfielder almost missed kind of directed that one, had to kind of jump up and make the catch over his shoulder.
No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base, and we are going to extra innings here. It's the Jackson Ironmen 2, the Greenup County Musketeers 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Every business has them.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom presses. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio. With the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel, hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, teddy bear.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Well, if you paid to get in today, you're getting some free baseball because we are going to the top of the 8th inning in a 2-2 ball game. Both teams, I think they would have to feel Pete Wilson. They've each had plenty of opportunities, but it has been a dogfight.
It certainly has been. It's stayed 0-0 for quite some time. Each team scratching out a run here and there, and we're in the top of the 8th now, past the regulation period in a 2-2 ball game.
I'm sure Coach McGraw was hoping he didn't have to use Ryan Simets for a second inning, but he's out there. It's a first pitch is a ball, second pitch is ball 2. First baseman Gavin Roy is at the plate. He is 0 for 2 in the contest. He does have a walk. He was caught in a rundown between first and second base, and it's a quick 3-ball, no strike count on the leadoff hitter for Greenup. He is their cleanup hitter in the lineup. That pitch is inside. It is a walk. First runner is on first base. Hunter Holbrook, the center fielder.
And now the pitcher.
Now the pitcher. 0-3 in the contest. Runner on first. Let's take a look. We'll see Easton McGraw creeping in at third base. Will they advance the runner via the sacrifice? Ryan Simets takes a look over to first to get the runner back a little closer. Now we'll see Coach McGraw is going to take a walk out and discuss things. Let's see if he just wants to talk to Ryan or if he wants the whole infield in. Everybody except Noah Ernst will meet at the mound and talk things over. Noah in his second inning in the catcher position. Good to see him back. We witnessed that Tuesday night game when he pulled that hamstring. Didn't know how long it'd take for him to heal.
Well, the reason that he didn't come out when he pinch ran was they wanted to keep him in the game.
Yes.
Now what's going on here? The runner is awarded second base. I know that the Greenup County head coach, the third base coach, came over, had a conference with one of the umpires, and then the umpire had a conference with the other base umpire. Now there's a runner at second base. I'm not exactly sure why. We'll get an explanation. But that's big, nonetheless.
Well, I'm assuming a balk. Remember, Ryan looked over at first base some way there. If that was a balk call, that would make sense.
Well, it was a delayed call.
Yes. They got him picked off, maybe? Yes, they do. The runners are going to be picked off. A great job by Tucker Williams, sneaking behind the runner at second base. Ryan turns, makes a good throw to Tucker. He chases him down and puts the tag, and the runner is out.
So I guess that means that the leadoff walk and the balk comes to nothing. But still only one out.
Nobody on. Holbrook at the plate, and that pitch hits him right in the middle of the back. Hit by a pitch. He will walk down to first, kind of shaking that one off. I think it stung a little bit. And here comes their top hitter in this contest, as far as we have not got him out yet. Their catcher, Luke Boggs. He has a double, a single, a stolen base, a walk, and 2 innings ago had a stolen base there. So a couple stolen bases, 2 for 2 in the contest with a runner on first base. He is their number 6 hitter in the order. First pitch is a ball. A lot of managing going on in this contest, Pete Wilson, with this many base runners, not many runs scored. There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 runner on first base. The 1-1 to Luke Boggs. Curveball hangs high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Throw over to first base. Base runner back fairly easily. That was Holbrook. Center fielder, but now pitcher in relief for Greenup. Ryan's pitch is inside. Nice throw down, and they get him. What a pretty play by Noah Ernst. Pitch a little bit high and inside. He jumped up quickly and threw a bullet down to second base, and they got the tag, and the other 2 runners picked off in this 8th inning.
Well, that hamstring injury, whatever status it is, didn't seem to bother him on that throw.
It didn't hurt his arm, did it?
Not at all.
2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count.
So the Ironmen, you know, threatened in the top of the 8th, have gotten 2 outs recorded with throwing runners out on the base paths.
There is a ball hit off the wrist, picked up by Tucker Williams at shortstop, makes the throw over easily. So the Ironmen get out in the top of the 8th inning. So bottom of this 8th inning coming up. Ironmen once again an opportunity to come away with a victory, and it's a 2-2 baseball game. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 8th inning, another opportunity for Jackson to get a walk-off win situation. 2-2 your score. Boy, a lot of stuff happened in the top of the 8th inning, Pete. A walk, a hit by a pitch, but 2 beautiful fielding plays by the Ironmen. One, the Noah Ernst throwing out the runner, trying to steal second. The other, a pickoff, Ryan Simets to Tucker Williams. Cleared the bases, and they finally got Luke Boggs out on a ground out.
Right, a couple big defensive plays after 2 runners reached for Greenup County, and we'll see whether that plays real big. It certainly will be if the Ironmen are able to pull it out here.
Coming up for the Ironmen should be Easton McGraw to lead off, and then Noah Ernst following him. Then we'll head up to the top of the order. Be the 2nd inning of work for Hunter Holbrook. They had got an excellent pitching effort out of Colin Alexander. He went the 6 innings. Holbrook has gotten them out, got the Ironmen out in the 7th. And now senior Easton McGraw, who started this game on the pitcher's mound, seemed like a long time ago, didn't it?
And now we've got another 3rd pitcher there for Greenup County, Gavin Ray.
Oh, Gavin Ray on the mound. Or Gavin, is it Roy? Was he the first baseman?
Gavin Ray, yes, I'm sorry.
Quick 0-2 count on Easton. Ironman would like base runners, and that pitch just a little bit low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looks like Gavin's got some heat on those pitches. Coming in fresh.
He's a righty. And there's a swing. It is not caught cleanly by the catcher, but he will throw it down to first base to finish the strikeout. That will bring up Noah Ernst, who had a tremendous fielding play last inning to throw the lead runner out at second base. First pitch is a strike. Boy, has come in, Gavin has come in and gotten ahead of the hitters. That's a long curveball that makes Noah duck away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Called strike on the next pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Once again, Ashton Seymour is warming up in the bullpen for the Ironmen. There is a pop-up. I think the second baseman will camp under that. He does, makes a catch, and 2 quick outs for Jackson here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order, Jensen Green, who is caught and now has moved to second base. He will be up for the 5th time today. 2 strikeouts, a fly out, and a pop-up. 2 outs, nobody on. Bunt attempt is fouled back. Jensen seems upset with himself. He didn't get that one laid down. Third baseman was back far enough. Jensen's very quick getting down first baseline, especially from the left side. That pitch is a touch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Umpire getting a little assistance here by some of the Greenup fans. That pitch is low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-2 your score. Bottom of the 8th inning. Free baseball, extra baseball. That pitch is low and inside. Jensen has worked it to a 3-1 count.
There was action in the Jackson bullpen. I think you said you saw Ashton Seymour warming up.
Seymour was throwing it around a little bit. That's his 2nd time he's been down there warming up today. That pitch is low. Jensen Green earns the walk. Brings good speed to first base, and Ryan Simets coming up. Ryan's 2 for 4 in the game, but those 2 were a double and a triple, and 1 of the runs scored. Speed at first base. Ryan Simets, who has started the game at shortstop, has pitched the last 2 innings for the Ironmen. Curve ball will be called a strike. Righty versus righty. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. 2 outs. Runner on first. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. The Ironmen go down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Extra innings will continue after you hear this word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Ryan Simetz will stay on the mound for this will be his 3rd inning of work. It's a 2-2 contest here at Sparky Howler Field. Greenup, Kentucky has made the drive up here. We played down there last year. We came away with a 10-5 victory, trying to pick up a win again against a very good baseball program. As Pete, you said, they have got a lot of honors in years past. They are 10-8 coming into this contest, and believe it or not, 18. This is their 19th game on the season. The Ironmen are trying to go 10-0 on the season, but they started playing baseball early in March. They had 9 games in March to the Ironmen only playing 1. But it is 2-2. We're at the top of the 9th. Colin Alexander was the original pitcher. He is up. He's been 0 for 3, fouls that one back. Pitched 6 really solid innings for Greenup. Simetz coming in there. Good curveball. There's a swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 to the first batter here in the 9th. Alexander steps out of the box. He's back in. There's a shot toward the shortstop. Tucker Williams gets it. The long throw. Got him. Nice play by the senior shortstop, Tucker Williams. That wasn't an easy play. A little bit to the backhand, Pete. Wasn't hit real hard. He really had to rifle that throw over there.
Right, an excellent play there by Tucker Williams. And remember, he kind of came up through as a shortstop, so nothing strange for him, but doing it really at a key time in this game. Every base runner, every out counts so much.
Do you have their roster, Pete? That's number 4 for Greenup.
That would be Hatfield. Batting for Kyler Robinson. That would be...
Quickly 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss on both
Sawyer.
pitches.
Is there another Hatfield?
There must be another Hatfield. This is number 4. He has not played yet.
He's not on the roster.
Okay, it's 0-2 to number 4. And there is a shot to left field. That's going to be fair. That's going to get all the way to the fence. So number 4, and I hate to call him by his number since we don't have him on the roster.
Well, there is a number 4. I'm sorry, Camden Underwood.
Underwood. He must have been hitting for Kyler Robinson. And he ends up at second base with a double. Kyler Underwood?
I'm sorry.
No, not Kyler.
Camden Underwood. And he's going to be pinch run for by number 21. That would be Kyler Robinson coming back into the game.
To pinch hit.
Interesting, Kyler Robinson is a designated hitter, was pinch hit for, and now he's pinch running.
Well, there is one out. Runner on second base. We're at the top of the 9th inning. Gage Lamarcus at the plate, and boy, has he been a factor tonight. 2 doubles. He ended up with his double, ended up scoring the tying run to put us into extra innings in the top of the 7th inning. That pitch is low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on second, 1 out. We've certainly had these situations all throughout this ball game. More times than not, both teams have gotten out of tough spots. Simetz to the pitch. His pitch is a little bit high. It's going to be quickly 3-0. First base is open. Lamarck doubled in the 3rd, doubled in the 7th. That pitch is a strike right down the middle of fastball. Kyler Robinson, the pinch runner, out at second base. Camden Underwood got the big double to get in this situation. That curveball is outside. It will be a walk, so we get 2 on, 1 out, and one of their fine players, second baseman Sawyer Hatfield, will be coming to the plate has 2 hits in the contest, 2 sacrifices, 2 stolen bases, has scored a run, and now has an opportunity to maybe give Greenfield a lead. Curveball is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Wind gusting a little bit. There's a shot to right field, and it gets past the right fielder. It's going to roll all the way, not quite to the fence. Seymour will get it back into the infield, but not until 1, and now, no, and he's thrown out. Nice job there by Jensen Green with the cutoff, throwing it to Noah Ernst. He gets the tag out, but 1 run did score. 2nd run would have been, but he's picked off right at home plate. So Greenup now has taken the 3-2 lead, and Sawyer Hatfield ends up at 2nd base, and he has been pretty special today. 2 outs, runner at 2nd, Casey Gammon, the shortstop, up. His 3rd hit in the contest. There's a pitch, ground ball to 3rd base. Easton with the long throw over, gets him easily, but Greenup comes up with a very big run to take the lead in this contest. 2 doubles in this inning result in 1 run, so it is Greenup now 3, the Jackson Ironmen 2. We're going to be right back with a timeout. Listen to our sponsors, and let's hope the Ironmen have a rally.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Well, we're back, and it is the bottom of the 9th, and the Ironmen now need a run to stay alive in this contest as Greenup has taken the 3-2 lead. Actually, the first lead in the contest that Greenup has had. The Ironmen scored the first run. Greenup tied it 1-1. We took a 2-1 lead. They score that run in the top of the 7th, and now the big run here in the top of the 9th inning. Nolan Johnson at the plate. Nolan's had a single, a walk, a sacrifice fly, an RBI for the Ironmen. First pitch is a strike. The second pitch hits him right where the number 5 is in his bat. A hit by a pitch, and Nolan Johnson runs down to first base. Doesn't seem too fazed by being hit by that one, and he'll be on first base again. Good speed on the bases, and Gavin Jones.
Well, they try to move him over with the cleanup hitter. They let the cleanup hitter swing.
Gavin bunted the last time with this situation 2 innings ago. Let's see what they're thinking now. And he shows bunt. It pops it up back here to the screen. 1 strike. Gavin 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt. Nolan on first base. Ironmen need a run to keep this game moving along. 2 runs to finish it. Gavin shows bunt again. He gets a good bunt down the third base side. Oh, and they don't field it clean, and he's safe. The throw gets through the first baseman. So Nolan Johnson will end up at third. Gavin will be at first. the third baseman, that's his first blip of the game, Pete. It fielded so well, just didn't field it cleanly. The throw was late. Do you field that one as a hit?
Well, I think you give Gavin a sacrifice to begin with, because he was going to throw to first base, and then an error allows Gavin to reach base and also allows Nolan to go around to third. One error, but it affects both base runners.
Well, regardless, the runners are on the corners. There's nobody out. Tucker Williams is at the plate.
Gavin's down to second.
You know what? What did they call there? Because they awarded him that. He didn't run to second.
It might have been where the ball went. Did it go out of play? I'm not sure. There is a fence over there, but anyway, the potential tying and go-ahead run in scoring position.
Senior Tucker Williams at the plate. That pitch is inside. Ball one. Nobody out. If Gavin scores, this game's over. Nolan Johnson on third. Gavin at second base. Ironmen need 1 run to keep it alive. 2 runs to win the contest. There's a shot to right field. It's hit pretty well. It's deep, 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 and it goes over the head of the right fielder. Gavin had to hold up at second base. Nolan scores easy, but the ball falls over the glove of the right fielder. Tucker Williams with a double gets the tying run in with Nolan Johnson. Once again, the lead run is at third base. Tucker Williams at second. Nobody out, and Bodie Wolford at the plate. They walked him last time.
Right about the time that ball hit, Dan,
there was a gust
of wind. That
yes, there was.
Had something to do with it.
I think it did. I think the right fielder thought he had a play on the ball, but it ends up going over his head and glove.
They're going to walk Bodie intentionally again. A compliment.
Bodie's going to be on all 5 times today. 2 hits and 3 walks. 2 of those intentional. And they walk Bodie to get to a young man who's 2 out of 3. Seymour has had 2 hits, scored a run. The bases are loaded. We need 1 run in. That's Gavin Jones, 90 feet away. Ironmen tie the score up at 3-3, trying to get the walk-off win. Bottom of the 9th inning.
Infield is in.
And there is a shot out to center field, and it's over the center fielder's head, goes to the fence, and Ashton Seymour crushes that one with the game-winning hit. And the Ironmen walk off with a 4-3 victory today in 9 innings.
I tell you what, that goes down in the book as a single, but it would have been more than that.
Yep, that was hit right in front of the fence. Ashton Seymour showed some tremendous hitting today. 3 hits in the contest, a game-winning RBI. And the Ironmen do not make it out in the bottom of the 9th inning to come from behind to score 2 runs and get a big victory here. And Pete Wilson, the Jackson Ironmen have gone to 10-0 on this season.
That is great. The Ironmen certainly didn't look good there. The way Ray pitched that 7th inning, Danny, looked very good. You know, you don't know what kind of pitching situation you have in a non-conference game where teams are playing all these games. I'm guessing maybe Ray was farther up the line in their rotation. He looked that way, but the Ironmen come through again. What can you say? They have done it multiple times this year, come from behind or won a game late in the late innings, and they do it again against a very good Greenup County team.
You know, and that was an amazing thing. Hit by a pitch, Nolan Johnson. The sacrifice by Gavin Jones, not fielded cleanly, so Nolan and Gavin get on base. Then you got Tucker Williams with the double. You got Bodie Wolford intentional pass, and then Ashton Seymour, a freshman, with the game-winning hit. 2 freshmen, big factors today. Landon Rapp pitched an inning, did a very nice job for him, and boy, on there, you know, Ashton, what a game he's had. Seymour getting to get the start in right field, ends up with 3 hits in the contest and the game-winning single to drive in the winning run.
All right, so 10-0, that's impressive. But let's see, what is Jackson's record in 1-run games? I think it's at least 4 of them.
We're going to take a peek as we take a timeout. We'll come back. Obviously, stay tuned for the Stock Room 601 post-game show, and we will have Coach McGraw and get to hear some of the different situations there, Pete. The last time Gavin Jones being awarded second base, we weren't quite sure on that. Whether that was, could that have possibly been fielder interference, similar to what happened against the Ironmen earlier in the contest? But that put runners on second and third. That gave them the intentional pass to Bodie Wooford. And Ashton Seymour up to the plate, and boy, does he hit a shot just to the left of center field, and that is the game-winning hit. Coach McGraw addressing his team at the moment. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with the Stockroom 601 post-game show in just 3 minutes.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironman Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Our family works hard, so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50, next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we're back here at Dick Sparky Howler Field. It was a long game, but the result was worth it for the Jackson Ironmen. They pull it out after falling behind in the top of the ninth, 3-2. They pull it out with 2 runs in the bottom half of the ninth to defeat the Greenup County Musketeers, a very good team out of Kentucky, right across the river from Portsmouth. The Ironmen 4. The Musketeers 3, the Ironmen, Dan, 10-0 now, and they keep finding a way to do it in these close games late in those games.
Well, we've had some close wins. We just beat Berg by a score of 4-1. We defeated Logan Elm in the opener of the season 4-2, but 4 times have we won by 1 run, Pete Wilson. We beat Uniota 3-2 early in the season. Then the 2 courthouse games were dandies, 4-3 win for the Ironmen, 5-4 win for the Ironmen. And then this one that goes extra innings, a 4-3 win today to give the Ironmen their 10th win. And 10 wins, 4-0 within the conference, and now heading down south, which is really an exciting time for the this Ironman program. They'll play 4 games, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down at Myrtle Beach, and those will be dandies, and we'll be anxious to hear how they do there. And then Jackson will be back here, and it looks like it should be on the 29th, Pete Wilson. Warren, who was rained out earlier in the season, should be coming to Jackson, so hopefully we'll have the Ironmen back on the air and hear about their trip to Myrtle Beach and hopefully see another Jackson Ironman baseball victory.
Right, and I tell you what, just an asterisk goes under this 10-0 record for the Ironmen. They beat some good teams this week. You're talking about Washington Courthouse, the defending district finalists last year, beat them twice, including once on their own field. Beat staked-ranked teams, at least going into the week last week, in Wheelersburg and Zane Trace, and then we knew that Greenup County coming in today would be a formidable foe, but the Ironmen find a way to do it. The only easy win was at Zane Trace, and the Ironmen actually broke that game up late in the late stages.
Well, Coach McGraw has made his way up here for the Stockroom 601 post-game show. We'll give the headset over to him and get some thoughts on this great win for our Ironmen.
Okay, Coach McGraw. The Ironmen pull out another close one, 4-3, this time in extra innings against another excellent foe, the Greenup County Musketeers. And there's a pattern emerging here. Not only are the Ironmen winning games, but they're winning the close games, and they're getting the job done in their last at-bats, both defensively, offensively, etc. You have to be so pleased.
Yeah, you know, very proud of these young men. You know, they don't give up. It's been a very special week, not just today, but today, it was just awesome. Greenup County, out of Kentucky comes in, great ball club. It's hard to understand rankings and records, different things. If they played in Ohio, they'd be one of your better teams, better ranked teams. They're dogs. Well-coached ball club with good athletes, good pitching. We knew we were in a dogfight, but other than that, we had kids on the mound that haven't thrown a lot. That takes a lot of character as a team. Easton McGraw got his first pitching, performance in first start of his career. Not the first pitching performance, but that is the first time he started in high school. So he was in a new spot, and I was very proud of that. Had a couple walks early and got out of jams. Defense was spectacular today. The hitting wise, they had good pitching on the mound, didn't have a ton of hits, but stayed in the game, pitching and defense. And our pitching, Wyatt coming in there, he pitched yesterday as well, didn't throw much, so he was able to go again today. A sophomore on the mound for us, doing awesome. Kept us in the ball game, gave us chance after chance and got out of jams. They had guys on second and third a lot, and he was able to make a big pitch. He grew up a lot today, and yesterday. I saw a big difference in that young man. He's going to have a big deal in our program, as a young kid, young man. But yeah, he's a young guy on the field with a lot of seniors. And he's holding his own. He's doing a great job, and I felt saw a big difference mentally in him these 2 days. And you take what about Rapp coming in as a freshman, getting his first start? I know he had to be nervous. He had to be nervous because I was nervous.
Well, you're talking about a one-run or 0-0 game or whatever, but that's the thing that maybe, other than just winning again, that stands out. You've had a couple of your starters, your starter 1 and your starter 1A, as you call them, Gavin Jones and Tucker Williams. Not only have they pitched so well, but they go deep in games, so you haven't had to use a lot of pitchers. But this week, with 5 games in a row, you've had to check out the depth of that pitching staff. And like today, as you said, Easton McGraw, Rylan Wyatt, Landon Rapp, and of course Simon's coming in, pitching 3 innings as the closer. Man, the pitching depth and pitching excellence, it's going to be hard to match.
It is. We are blessed with good athletes and good pitchers. And we had another freshman we were going to put in the game, but Ryan didn't want to give the ball up. He wanted to stay in there. The plan was to pitch him 1 or 2, but we had to go to extra innings, and he wanted the ball again, and he's earned that right to keep it, whether he won or lost out there. He's earned that right if he tells me, hey, I want to stay. I appreciate him. But yeah, just a great job, by our pitching staff. I hadn't had a ton of innings in the varsity level yet this year. with Easton and Wyant, and then Rapp. Going back to that, he got it. He threw the ball well. I was very impressed with that. That's a tough spot. That's a tough spot for a freshman to be in. And then he gave us a chance to get to the end of the game, and we had the lead, and then brought Ryan in. Ended up giving the lead, tying it back up, but we kept fighting. We fought all day, and that was impressive.
Absolutely, and you did end up with 11 hits to go along with your 4 runs, and different contributors there. But speaking now of the offense, you talked about the depth on the pitching, but you start Ashton Seymour. He gets a chance today. All he does is deliver 3 hits, including the game winner.
Yeah, that ain't bad. He's a young man that's been working hard. Been impressed with his work ethic. He's been showing up every day since October. He's got a big part of our program. Going to be a big part this year and the future. He's a great young man. Had a big day. I was very proud of him. For how he kind of attacks, whether he's on defense or offense. It's been a pleasure to watch him play. It's been a blessing. That's something we didn't really know what we would have coming in this season. Through his work ethic, he deserved a shot to play, and he's flat out played well. That was a big of him today. That's a tough spot there in that last inning. You got bases loaded, nobody out, and you're a freshman. That's a rough spot. Not only that, all his at bats. Even when he made an out or two, they were hit well. They were hit hard. He flied out close to the fence there and the at bat before that. So he was dialed in, and that was good to see out of a good young man like him.
Right, and it has to give him some motivation when he sees twice that they give Bodie an intentional walk to get to him.
Yeah, and I would have done the same thing as a coach. You got the base open, you want to set up the force outs, things like that. I get that. I was just glad to have Ashton there hitting behind Bodie. Maybe that was the only good coaching today, as I put Ashton there in the 7 hole. But yeah, he's done a great job, and he didn't get emotional when they walked him. Just went up there and did his job.
Not a ton of strikeouts for either team, so the defense had some good times. But how about in the 8th inning? They get a couple runners on, and you get them out on the base paths.
Yeah, that was big. Ryan Simons might have the best pickoff move in the state. That when Jensen threw that guy out of home.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a seed. Now, most second basemen aren't going to make that play. I'd send him too. But Jensen Green not only threw a strike, he threw a flat seed from halfway out there in right field. That was one of the more impressive throws you'll see all year. But these guys played great defense today. Even when you're up, when you're down, defensive pitching is what wins games and wins championships. That's where you live. And these guys have lived there since they've been young kids and played in the summer and things like that. Catch the ball, pitch the ball well, and you're going to win a lot of ball games, and these guys do.
Right, and of course, Noah Ernst coming in as a sub. You wanted his bat in there, and he ended up staying in their catcher. He threw a seed down to second base to knock down. Dan Morrow and I were calling the game. Oh, he's got that stolen. No, he doesn't.
No. The plan was to hold him out another day. He wanted to play today, and I told him no. We're going to sit him out, just let him rest a little bit, and it ended up getting Jensen was caught the last 5 games. He's out of gas. He got to the end of that game and he had no legs left. Was having a hard time not only blocking but receiving and reaching can be difficult as well. And he handled it great. He stood tough this week. He's a great young man. But yeah, they're a team that steals a lot of bags. I think they knew we switched catchers, but not. You're talking about a team from Kentucky that probably hadn't seen Noah Ernst throw. That's a different level of throw to second base, and he had that guy by about 25 feet.
All right, well, we look ahead now. Soon you and the players will be heading south to Myrtle Beach. The beach, not a vacation, more work ahead of you. 4 games you're going to play. What are you hoping to achieve down at Myrtle Beach outside of trying to win baseball games?
It just grows a team. You get a chance to spend a little time with the guys, and just hanging out at the pool and the beach and things like that. You get your baseball in, and then you have a little time after that. But I like a lot. These kids sometimes spend a little time with their parents. I feel like a lot of times I spend way more time with these kids than their parents do. That's kind of why sometimes we don't even ride the bus home. I let them go out to eat with their parents because they haven't seen these kids in a week. You know, they've been with me all year, and I get that. So it's a great family atmosphere. But you know, we're there to win baseball games and get better as a team, and you know, spend a little time with each other. And the kids get to stay in a hotel with their friends. It's just an awesome experience, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to these young guys that haven't been there before, and just the experience of it, and great competition.
Right.
You go down there, you get big time competition. You play. It's going to be about 85 degrees.
That'll be nice. And sand and surf, right?
Yeah,
but
I'm not going to the beach feet.
Okay, but anyway, also want to point this out. I didn't even know this myself. Just for the fans out there who may not know, there's a baseball team going to Myrtle Beach. That's all self-funded through the baseball program.
Yeah.
And these players basically sell gift cards to be able to raise a lot of the money needed to make the trip. It doesn't come out of taxpayer funds or school budget or anything.
No, because I don't think that's right. I don't want to ask a local business. Let's face it, they take care of our baseball program to the fullest extent with all these signs. As you're driving by here on the street, look at these signs. That's business sponsors. Look at our scoreboard. But we don't use that money to send kids to the beach to play baseball. That's up to their parents. And we put together a raffle with Kroger cars, things like that, and they get a chance. Every ticket they sell goes to them, their funds. So most kids are able to do all of it. But yeah, we still have to run the baseball program. So that Myrtle Beach, that's totally separate, and that's done by the parents and the kids, not really the baseball program itself. But it works out really well.
All right, well, very good.
Hey, I wanted to know Jackson baseball team's ever been 10-0.
Okay, I didn't know that, but I'm not doubting it at all.
That's what they told me. I don't know.
All right, Jackson going 10-0, the first Jackson team to ever do it, and there's been a lot of good ones come before this, including ones that you have coached. So
a lot of great young men.
That is.
I wanted to comment real quick. People don't know the week we just went through. We played 5 teams, and 4 of the teams we beat are ranked. Ranked in the state of Ohio. Courthouse number 20 beat them twice. Wheelsburg number 15 beat them, and Zane Trace ranked number 3rd in the state, and we're able to knock them off yesterday. And we did all that with a couple starters hurt and kids filling in, and that's a testament to the kids. The adversity of the team and the depth of the team. They handled it really well, and they've just done a fabulous job. I don't know even what to think about what I just saw this week. Going 5-0 with that schedule and playing hurt and different things like that, and missing starters. These kids stepped up. They're great young men. Right, and we did look this up, Coach. 4-0 in one-run games now, and what you've been doing in the 6th, 7th, and now the 9th innings. That has a whole lot to do with that 10-0 record, because it's not like your mercy run ruling all these teams. You're playing tough teams and winning close games, and I'm guessing that your record. You've played 10 teams. I'm guessing 8 of them have had a winning record or better? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We play a great great schedule, great competition. And yeah, it's been a wonderful season so far. We're about a little over a third the way through. We got a lot of work to do. We can still get better, but we're going to enjoy this for a little while. We kind of break our season into 3s, and we the first 10 games, and then the next 10, and then the last few in tournament. And you try to reset and start things over and get rolling, and that's what we plan on doing. Hey, before we take off, because I know we're about done, I appreciate everything. So I brought you all game ball. Very special, going 10-0. What you guys do for us, showing up. These kids, it means the world to them and the fans and people that don't. I don't understand. I don't know if you understand how big a deal you guys both are in this community. Jackson community doesn't run like it does without you two, and we appreciate everything you do. Well, and we appreciate you and the baseball program. It's fun following you. We talked about it, man. It's fun doing these games anyway, and when you follow a winner, it makes it even more fun. And we, of course, want to give credit to our tech crew here. Absolutely. And the sponsors, because it takes a village. Takes us all to make it work. Takes a village, and we got a heck of a village. Right. It is a holiday weekend, and so it's a feel-good thing into Easter. So Coach, congratulations. Thank you, Pete. We wish you the best. A safe and fun and productive trip down to Myrtle Beach. You have a good Easter. All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Josh McGraw. Another feel-good win for the Ironmen as they pull it out after falling behind 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to win 4-3. And Dan, I tell you, it can't get much better than this if you're a Jackson High School baseball fan. Well, it's a great start, 10-0, and so it's sort of a reward to get down to Myrtle Beach with their families. As he said, great quality time, not only with their families and the team.
basically living together for a week, and it can't help but just make better inner going-ons within the team. And this team's pretty solid right now, as you can see.
Right. There's something special at work here. We know that we expected a good season because that's what has happened in the Josh McGraw era, and we knew what the capabilities of some of these players were. But there's something special about them that they're able to do this. They're not going to win every game they play, but I tell you what, they're going to win some of these close games because they just know how to win. It's an intangible.
Big week down in Myrtle Beach, and then I think the 29th, we should be back on the air with more Jackson Ironman baseball as Warren comes to town.
All right, well, very good. For Dan Morrow, for our tech crew, for all of our sponsors, once again, the Jackson Ironmen defeat the Greenup County Musketeers 4-3 in 9 innings. Happy Easter, everybody. See you later.
Thanks for watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.